a million. I get that.
But, more than a million.
Okay, more than a million. But it's not more than 1.7.
Bro, it's right there with it. It's right there with it. What we talking about? Okay, go ahead.
Left jab, uppercut, leave you laid out on the floor. Try to duck and roll, hit and miss. Now you counting stars. Should've practiced more. Should've hit the mask, get out there more. Claim that you're the best. You gotta show me, son. Actions over words, baby boy. Is you real or what? Talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports, talking way too much, world come. Back sports.
Meaning Boots at the Wells Fargo Center, not once, but twice within a matter of 4 months in his hometown. And you guys and your son never headlined a big card, not even in Atlanta, Georgia, as a pay-per-view or just a regular live stream. So when we talk about those numbers, $1.7 million is nothing to sneeze at. So what I'm saying is, if you're not going to come to the table with another belt, maybe fighting Stanionis to block Boots from fighting Stanionis, if your son is saying to Jen Sasaki, hey, I'm going to go find out if the other champions are willing to fight me first before I agree to the terms with you guys to fight Jen, then that should have happened because he's the fighter. But what did happen is you guys, according to what you said, you guys signed a contract to fight Jen Sasaki literally 2 weeks after Boots fought in April. That's where I'm confused.
You ready? You ready? First of all, you say you're a manager, but you know, I guess you don't understand how deals are made. You said we could have fought Stanionis. Wait. Hear me out. So you just said that we could have fought Stanionis before Boots and got. When was that fight on the table? When was these fights on the table? Again, listen. I just let you talk. I ain't say shit. Listen. That fight was not on the table. Stanionis' fight was not on the table for us. An offer for Stanionis' fight for no amount of money was on the table for us at all. They asked us after our fight, would we fight Stanionis? We said absolutely. That was in June last year. We said absolutely. There was no other offers. There was no other mention of Stanionis. There was nothing about Stanionis. So you just said we could have fought Stanionis, picked up a belt, then came back and did this and that. Where's all this stuff going on? I
got an answer for that.
Let me finish. Okay, go ahead. After that.
You said it wasn't on the table. It's the manager's job. It's the manager's job to put it on the table instead of you guys being offered.
Okay, you definitely not a manager. So wait a minute. Wait. You definitely not a manager. Wait a minute. You definitely not a manager. Wait a minute, dog. You definitely not a manager. Let me tell you why. If you're a manager, no, you're not. If you're a manager, then you will understand the manager doesn't just magically make this fight card up. It takes the promoter, like I was telling old boy a minute ago, to want to put a show on with this fight as the headline. That has a budget. Wait a minute, dog.
What's up? That already.
Wait, when you talking about this stuff for the fucking management, they can't do it if the money is not there. It's up for a promoter to put this to in their brain, put this fight card together. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna have this as a headline. We got a budget together. We can potentially make this amount of money. We can do this. We can do that. Right? It takes a promoter together to do that. What the manager does is the manager negotiates the best deal for their clients. They don't create the money. They don't create the money. They don't just print that shit up and give it to you. They create the opportunities. They speak about and they represent you in the opportunities and they get you the best deals and they put you in the best positions. That's what managers do. Promoters promote the show. Promoters put on the show. You feel what I'm saying? Now, you said my son never headlined a fight in Atlanta. That's absolutely false. And every fight that he headlined in Atlanta was a success. Just because the people on here and the people on Mill City or wherever else we go are not from Atlanta doesn't mean no. Every fight my son Greg Hickey knows the fight we was at was sold out. Every fight my son goes on, every fight Brian Norman name is a part of in Atlanta is a sellout. That's the truth. Every single fight my son's a part of.
Okay, got you. Let me respond to what you said. I know all about what you're talking about. I'm not talking about that.
Of course you do.
What you're talking about, there's some truth to that, but that's not what I'm talking about.
It's
What
10-6
I'm
round
talking
right
about
now.
is your son is signed to a promoter. We already know that there are protocol for him to fight anybody, and he has to get the authorization from Bob Arum, Top Rank. I already know that. I'm not talking about that. You're talking about being offered something. I'm talking about leverage. What I'm saying to you guys is this. If 1.75 or 1.7, excuse me, if 1.7 wasn't enough to get Eddie Hearn to bow down to your demands of a minimum of $2 million, if you go capture another belt, the same thing that Boots just did with Stanley
Price going up. Price going up. Price going up. But the thing is, who's going to put on that fight between my son and Stanley? Who are you talking about? Who's going to put that fight on? Who was offering to put that fight on?
What I'm saying is, people would be willing to pay to see a unification.
Who was offering to put it on?
Let me finish. People would be
God.
willing to see a unification fight between someone like your son, a world champion, and another world champion, opposed to your son fighting Cuevas on the undercard of a Marshall fight.
You just talk.
Now you know what's crazy about this? What's crazy about this?
See that more. They would pay for that,
I understand. I understand. Let me make something clear real quick.
It's a unification bout.
We cool. We speaking. Listen to me real quick. I want to make this clear for the people who listening that don't know nothing about the business, don't know nothing about nothing. We confusing them because they don't understand. Because like I said,
they come on my channel and learn all the time.
Wait a minute. No, because you teaching them wrong too. That's what I'm finna tell you. Listen,
I'm definitely not teaching wrong.
You are teaching them wrong. Listen, let me come on, bro. I'm finna tell you. You and knockout boxing are teaching them wrong.
Talk to me.
Knockout, let me tell you, knockout boxing told these people, I'm gonna tell you what you just said. Knockout boxing told these people that no matter what, the promoter gets even though we don't know it, the promoter gets a part of our purse, even though the promoter is the one putting on the show. You just came on and said that the fans would pay for a fight like Stanionis and my son, a title unification, this and that. What you missed was there needs to be a promoter. There needs to be somebody putting on the show. The show and the promoter doesn't come out. Wait a minute. The promoter and the show doesn't just come out of thin air. Are the managers going to get a promoter license and get a venue and get a this and get a that? Who's going to do that?
Come on, no.
So who was supposed to do it? Wait. You guys have a promoter, correct?
Top, if that's not on Top Rank, if that's not on Top Rank's menu, the Top Rank, this is a big company that has ESPN at the time, gonna have whoever they're gonna have next, right? Listen to me. They got dates. They got budgets, they got everything they need to do. They got plans. Remember, my son wasn't in the plan to win. He wasn't even supposed to be here. Which is why, like you just said about a Derek Cuevas and like y'all tried to shit on my son about the undercard. I guarantee you my son just made more than 8 minutes. Jeez, wait, let me hear you. Let me say something. I guarantee you my son just made more than 8 minutes than you gonna make this year or in 2 years. I guarantee you that.
I'm not.
I'm just fucking who your manager.
I'm not here. Listen, bro.
Wait a minute. Wait, let me finish. Yeah.
I'm not here to insult you or say that your son was on the undercard. What I'm trying to say.
That's what you said. That's what you're saying. I'm trying to get you to understand the undercard. Yeah.
No, I'm telling you why I'm saying that. Because it changes the dynamics of the leverage and the price. If your son is listen to me.
Look, if mystery manager was this great at what his job is, being the fact that they basically excluded Rachel Donaire's freaking astute breakdown of this Jerron Ennis and Brian Norman Jr.'s freaking negotiation process and broke it down piece by piece. This mystery manager, why doesn't he have a stable of anything? Any human beings? Let's start with robots. Is there any way he can hire and have some fighting robots? Start from there because they should be easier to manipulate. Just download a program or something, and get them on your side. They won't know your history. Just start an update from the time current to the future, and then they won't know about how you have been on here capping and failing as a manager.
Who was supposed to promote the fight? Who promotes the fight?
Just hear me out. If your son is headlining a main event to unify a title with Stanley Jonas, everything is different compared to him being set up by the promoter that you guys are signed to. In other words, is the last 3 fights. Let's be clear on this. The last 3 fights, the promoter that your son is signed to, the promoter has been putting your son in a position to be a B-side even now while he's a world champion. And I'm saying to you, and I'm saying to you,
so
what I'm saying,
that's incorrect. That's incorrect. The first, you said the last 3 fights. The first fight was against Janelson Boca Chica, which I'm sure my son was meant to win. The second fight was against Giovanni Santillon, which my son was meant to lose. He won. The last fight was against wait. Right. I said he was meant to lose. I said that was the only one he was meant to lose. The third fight you just talked about was against Derek Cuevas, which my son was indeed meant to win. You just said the last 3 fights they put him in there where he was meant to lose. He wasn't meant to lose.
They wanted him to lose. They're saying they wanted him to lose. Come on, that's what it is. They wanted him to lose, man. So they're gonna speak it into existence, even though it's in hindsight. You know what they say about that 2020, right?
He's not defending his title or winning a title.
Okay, so wait a minute. Right? He is defending his title. He defended his title against Derek Cuevas. He was right. Listen, you got to understand. Let's take it back. Let's take the timeline back. See, again, that's why I'm telling you about y'all confusing. I don't know if y'all don't know. Wait a minute. You keep talking, but you won't let me talk. I'll let you talk for a long time. Bro, you finished shit, but you won't let me respond. Let me respond real quick.
Okay, hold on, bro.
You just said, wait a minute. Let me respond to something. Let me respond to something.
One thing. When I'm saying he's not I'm not talking about to Cuevas and Sasaki. He's not defending his title or being in a position to win one against another champion. That's what I'm talking about, not against a person that's a challenger. I'm talking about another world champion, like
all right. Now, can you hush? Can you let me talk? Now, hush, let me talk. Let me talk. All right.
He told him hush, he said hush. He told the mystery manager to hush. You know, I heard what you said, and still, you know what I'm saying? You don't know nothing about management, man.
Shit loud as hell. So listen, whoever just came on, please mute your phone. So check this out right here. Last year, you just said something.
Man, mute your goddamn phone, bro. Who is that? You freaking nerd? God damn, bro.
Cuevas. Last year, as I keep saying, Derek Cuevas was a keep alive fight. It was a stay busy fight for my son because ESPN has dates. They have budgets. They had no room. They had no plans for my son to do what he did. You can only fight one fight at a time. Let's make everything clear real quick. One fight. Derek Cuevas was ranked number 7. If anybody don't believe me, you can go look at the WBO ranking for September 2024. It'll give you who was ranked what. Derek Cuevas was ranked number 7 in the WBO in September 2024. My son was supposed to fight him in November. Okay, an offer was made to fight Boots. My son was unable to fight Cuevas, and he would have been unable to fight Boots. So the people saying anything about the 1 point whatever the fuck million doesn't matter because at the same time, the fight didn't happen anyway, and it wouldn't have happened anyway because just like he didn't fight Cuevas, he would not have been able to fight Boots. All right, let's say that. Fast forward to now. This is when the next offer was made because all we did was counter offer the money the last time. Fast forward to right now. 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, Eddie come out on a Sunday. He want to lock a fight in because these people, y'all got people thinking we've been ducking fights for 4 months and 4 times. And absolutely not. We have not. It's been 2 times the fight has been offered. The fight was asked, do we want to fight them about 3 times? We said, hell yes, all 3 times. Now, then here's the number 2 time. Last Sunday or whatever, when he came out with that bullshit, we come back Wednesday and say, fuck it, let's get it. Let's negotiate it. Now we're saying let's negotiate it. We still can do this tonight, today, right now. No answer from Eddie right now. All right. So you keep saying, why won't my son do this? Why won't my son do that? Now let me go back and debunk what you just said about Stanionis and my son and Top Rank. We can't tell Top Rank what fight they want to put on. Stanionis was with PBC. You have to make a deal with PBC. That's why you hear about crossing the street, going to all of this shit here. Boots is with Matchroom. It doesn't work that way. They're not in the same facility. And even if they are, they got to agree to fight each other. There's a lot that got to be done. So my son fought 1 fight the fight that he still had, let's keep this clear. He fought one fight, the fight that he had lined up since September last year. So he fought that one fight that he just fought March 29th. There's no other fights that could be done in between that one fight that he fought. He didn't fight nobody else. He didn't take no offers from nobody else. He didn't do none of that. There was offers on the table. He fought one fight, period. The other fight, he said, even in the interview, I want the winner. Let's see what they're talking about. Let's make it happen. Okay? After the fight of Boots and the phone wasn't ringing no more. Ain't nobody called and said, hey, what y'all want to do? Hey, what we trying to make this? We trying to make that. In the interview, the guy Eddie says September. We don't want to wait to September to fight. We want to fight now. I said in every interview, he does not have to be our next fight. We want to be his next fight. I said that in several interviews also. Again, I'm not a liar. You can go back and check and fact check and double check and recheck and package that bitch again, and everything I said is gonna be the same if you open your brain and listen. You feel what I'm saying? So now you're talking about over $1 million, what you're talking about. So now what you do, you talk about bargaining power and chips and the this and the that, and then you got more leverage. Well, guess what? We got more leverage at. Guess what Eddie has been saying that we not worth $2 million. Guess why he been saying that? Because he only made $100,000, which you can Google that and see that's not true.
Damn.
More than double that is on the fucking internet for eight minutes of work. 8 minutes of work, they're saying he made $250,000. His minimums are worth more than that. A champion has a minimum. A minimum, I don't give a fuck if you write the fucking tomato can across the street. You're going to pay me X couple $100,000.
Facts.
Now you have over $1 million. The rank number 2 in the WBO. That's what top rank is willing to lose with and make happen. That's the only second fight. That's the second offer. You know, there was no offer from Boots. Boots was the third offer.
One thing I will give Mystery Manager, he is the first and the sole proprietor of the YouTube Temu management company.
We said we agree, but we don't want to sign until after this fight.
Y'all probably asking, you know, what brought me to this? Well, it's an interesting topic. Seniors educating Mystery Manager, and not to mention, I do have receipts where this Mystery Manager will send me Crawford freaking live streams to my DMs just because he wasn't getting any attention. He was sending me these freaking lives that he was doing, talking about Crawford over and over again, the same thing, you know, hoping for attention. You know, Jan, nobody was even worrying about this dude.
We said we agree. We don't want to sign or negotiate until after this fight. They talk shit. We came back and said, fuck it, nigga, let's get it. Now, guess what? They missing. Ain't no more. Ain't no more offer, nigga. Gone. What y'all doing? Don't worry about what we doing, nigga. We'll talk about it later.
Now. I understand now. Now let me respond.
Thank you.
You understand now?
Of course. What it sounds like to me is that you guys are comfortable where you are, and if that is the case, I'm fine with it. Let me be more clear. So let's start with the Quavos fight and then move forward. So with the not with the Quavos, the Santillan fight. Let's start with the Santillan fight. You said that your son was set up to lose that fight. Absolutely. When your son went out there to San Diego, California, your words, not mine.
He about to
he
give
was
a
set up to
tutorial,
lose.
man.
He was the B side. He beat Santillan. He then defended the title against Quavos. He defends the title against Quavos
with an O, y'all.
Card of Savannah Marshall. In other words, he's not
that's his whole. This is whole deal. Hey, this is whole deal, and many others. All they talk about is him being on the undercard of a female. That's all, and that's why they aren't respected totally in boxing, because they always want to shit on the female fighters. They keep talking about a male fighting on the undercard of a female. Like this is the first time, like that was the first time that ever happened.
Calamaya.
Hold on. Let me finish. Hold on. Let me finish. He's not headlining. Now, moving forward, he's fighting Jin Sasaki to defend his title again in Tokyo, Japan. What I'm getting at is
what
you guys are used to waiting for offers. In other words, is your son, and I'm telling you this because I know the business. According to the
He's saying Norman Jr. is used to waiting for offers. He just picked up his title the right way. You know, he just picked up his title. But they're used to waiting for offers.
You don't know the
that the
business.
promoter is, hold on, according to the story that the promoter is telling with regards to your son, they are showing you the investment they are either willing and or not willing to make because they keep putting him in a position as a B-side when he's a world champion. So what I am saying, knowing the business of boxing, that he don't have to be settling for just being the B-side, because that's exactly, I just named 3 fights for you, Santillan, Quavos, and now Sasaki. He don't have to be.
Santillan had nothing to do with it. Santillan was the opportunity to get the title. What you talking about?
No, what I'm saying is, you said that your son was set up to lose that fight because he went.
He wasn't set up to lose Quavos fight. He wasn't set up to lose Quavos fight. He not set up to lose.
Hold on, I said Santillan. He went to another man's backyard, like he's going to Sasaki's backyard now. So what I'm saying to you is, if these are the comfortability levels of you guys sitting back waiting for offers, I get why your mentality is what it is. I get it, because the way the promotion is working right now, they're putting your son in a position, a world champion, to keep being put on the back burner as the B-side, being on the undercard of Savannah Marshall. Let me finish. Being on the undercard of Savannah Marshall. Savannah Marshall, to my understanding, is not American. That fight happened in Las Vegas. Your son is American, but they had a woman from another country.
Michaela Mayer is American. What the fuck are you talking about?
Savannah Marshall.
Michaela Mayer.
See how I'm talking about? See how they get offended when you call somebody retarded? You have 2 fighters as always. It's only a point of reference when you're talking about someone that you're trying to shit on. And that is him trying to shit on Norman Jr. But he's trying to identify the females that was a main event and only talk about Savannah Marshall, who's been in there with some names, right? And he want to mention somebody from a whole nother country. You know what I'm saying? When Boots had to pay out the pocket so that his fight with Karan, after Eddie Hearns didn't want to win the purse bid, they had to overpay so that fighter can still come back to the hometown of Boots. So pretty much they sold out. They sold out. When you want to talk about not earning anything off that, like, I know some people that was upset. You didn't win the purse bid when you could have very well had that. Goes to show you they didn't want that Norman Jr. fight. But they're willing to pay. If I wanted to get militant, I would say they was willing to pay the white fighter extra money to come to backyard of Philly, somebody who he has familiarity with, to come to the backyard of Philly instead of fighting American fighter, going through the extreme like they did with Karan to fight Brian Norman Jr. To go through the extreme now, the cut all the corners, to overemphasize how much they wanted that fight with Norman Jr. They wouldn't do that with Norman Jr., the black fighter, if he's trying to bring in Savannah Marshall. What about Michaela Mayer? Hasn't she been divisional champion before? Doesn't she rate to be on the main event? I mean, you want to talk about Savannah Marshall, but yet it's crazy how they catered to freaking Karan Chukagian to fight in the backyard of Philly and try to make it about Norman Jr. and them turning down offers that was made to them. How does that work?
That's her name?
Yeah,
the girl. Mayer. Huh?
Michaela Mayer.
Hey, shout out to Bud Gunstock Canelo. Educate this dude, BG.
Who did she fight? Who was her opponent? Marcy, right?
Sandy Ryan.
Oh, okay. But one of the girls is from another country, correct?
Yes.
See how you trying to make a point and you don't even have it locked in.
Sandy's from the UK.
So Sandy's from the UK.
Oh my God,
so Sandy is from the UK.
DKSAV.
What I'm saying to you is this:
Delta.
Sandy's from the UK. They allow another
Sierra Alpha
woman.
Bravo.
We're not even talking about men's boxing. We're talking about women's boxing, and we know women's boxing don't generate more money than men. They had a woman, and I got her name wrong. I apologize. But
the same woman that was educating you, that you was milking and trying to leech off of, and Rachel Donaire? You talking about that type of woman? who was educating you and trying to give you that knowledge, but you just want to use her as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Without being a grateful individual, because you couldn't do it on your own. Come on, man. You're looking crazy right now, man. You don't even know the fighter's name or nothing.
They had a woman from the UK become a headliner in America when your son is a world champion from America on the undercard.
It took him
so what I'm
15 minutes to get this shit out,
that's the mentality, and I'm not criticizing you guys. I'm just saying, if that's the mentality you guys have, with sitting back waiting for offers to be treated like stepchildren, even though your son has a world title, you can't have it both ways and say, this is the same world title we're going to use as leverage against Boots. That's all I'm saying, because hold up, let me finish. Because your son did not headline a pay-per-view event in Atlanta, Georgia. That's a fact. That's not an opinion, and I'm not criticizing you guys. I'm just telling you that
Boots ain't headline no pay-per-view event.
Huh?
Ain't nobody else headline no pay-per-view event. What you talking about?
Say that again?
You said he didn't headline a pay-per-view event. Who the fuck did?
Boots did.
No, he didn't.
He didn't?
No.
He never been on pay-per-view yet.
Man, somebody call adult services. Somebody call DFAC. We need a social worker on deck. First of all, he's been perpetrating like he's a freaking manager. And look, I commend Norman. I commend Senior for keeping his composure, wrapped up. You know what I'm saying? Wrapped up tight, maintaining that southern poise. I commend him for that, because this dude needed cussing out. I'm surprised that Senior, being a boxer, he's been hit in the head in his former professional career. I'm surprised he ain't freaking just going dizzy right now. Just losing it. Just going in on this dude. This guy always want to talk money and all that and come with the same stale ass freaking narratives. And talk about Boots, he did a pay-per-view.
He wasn't on the zone when he fought Karen?
That wasn't pay-per-view.
That is the pay-per-view. That is a subscription-based fight for subscribers.
What I'm saying, time out. What I'm saying is, you gotta pay to watch that fight. That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
correct?
my
Same
God,
way you have to pay for Top Ring. It's a subscription.
What I'm saying is, you have to pay to see that.
Hey, chop his ass up. Chop his ass up, bro.
Hey, let me ask you a question, because you talking this. Everybody got what you saying. Everybody got what the fuck you saying. Let me ask you a question.
So you have to pay, whether it's a subscription or not. You have to pay to view that fight. What I'm saying is,
hey, YSM, you should charge this motherfucker right here. You should charge him for, first of all, false you should start charging this dude impersonating a manager. First and foremost on your panel, okay? Impersonate a manager. You should charge him, fine him for that. All right. That's first and foremost. Wasting people's time by being incorrect. Pushing false agendas. Not having his information together on your panel. He should be charged for that, bro. He should be fined ASAP.
That's your question.
Let me finish.
Now, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. You're talking about nothing. You're talking about nothing, dog. Let me ask you a question.
If you guys
no. If you was our manager,
listen, hold on.
If you was our manager, you saying the same shit, dog.
Brian, hold on. If you guys are comfortable with sitting back being the mentality of a B side, I get it. But you can't come out when it's time to negotiate with Boots and act like y'all the A side. If that's what y'all comfortable with in your 3 fights,
who was acting like that?
Stay where y'all at.
Who was
that's
acting
cool.
like that?
That's all I'm saying. Y'all could have fought Boots. Y'all could have fought Boots. Y'all could have fought Boots instead of Sasaki right now. We all know that.
When?
You said your son.
When, nigga? What day? What day we could have fought Boots? What day? What's the day?
I'm gonna tell you. Before y'all signed the contract to fight him 2 weeks after Boots fought.
No. What's the date? What's the date of when we could have fought Boots? What's the date?
After April. You fighting in
What's
June
the
now,
date?
right?
What's the date of this said fight that we supposed to be fighting? What's the
I'm
date?
not a promoter. I'm just going by what you said.
You said we could have fought him. I'm asking you what's the date. You know every damn thing. What's the date? What date? What date was given us?
Brian,
what date
I'm
was
only
given us?
going by you, Brian. I'm only going by you saying that you guys signed the contract 2 weeks after Boots fought. That's all I'm saying.
What date? So I'm asking you, if you are a promoter, Put yourself in that promoter.
I'm not a promoter.
I mean, manager. Hold on, manager Marty. No, manager. That's how manager. Come on,
put your promoter.
Listen, I said manager.
Man,
manager Marty.
Now he's really showing he ain't take his mask, man.
Manager Marty.
I don't deal with the dates and the venue.
I'm asking you a question as our manager, Marty.
I'm not
as our manager.
Hey, Brian, if I was your manager, y'all would have took that 1.7. We wouldn't be having this conversation.
And fought with a hurt hand?
Huh?
And fought with a hurt hand?
When, in September 2024?
Yeah.
In September 24, you said?
I said, and fought with a hurt hand, we would have took it, we would have did that until it fought with a hurt hand. That's what we would have did.
I mean, didn't y'all fight in March 2025?
Y'all hand wasn't hurt no more.
Yes, oh my
so
God.
you could afford Boots. That's my point.
When?
Bruh, you said your hand was hurt in September. You could afford Boots.
When could we have fought him? When was the fight that we could have fought him on?
After he fought Karen, y'all could afford Boots.
When was it offered? When was that offered?
Bro, y'all could afford Boots after he fought Karen.
When was it offered?
Bro, you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're
not listening to me. When the fuck was it offered? When fight on when?
I'm gonna tell you, the same way it was offered the fight in March, and the same way it was offered when Boots fought in April.
When was it offered?
It wasn't offered. You're not listening. It wasn't offered. You're not listening. You can't listen. You can't believe yourself. You can't live in your own head. The fight wasn't offered.
Y'all signed the deal to fight Quavos in March of 25, correct?
When could we have fought Boots?
Y'all could have fought him the same time y'all fought Quavos.
Okay, so watch this right here. We
Before
already had an obligation. Listen. Listen. Hey, Jamil. Right? Jamil.
Yeah.
You know this nigga not making no goddamn sense. I'm asking you a question. When could we have fought Boots? Tell me what's a realistic time. I'm asking.
He talking to Jamil.
I'm asking
before they fought their opponents.
Jamil, when could we have fought Boots? Because I heard you say something wrong too. When could we have fought Boots? Jamil, when was the offer that was put out that we could have fought Boots that we didn't fight?
Why you keep saying that?
Eddie said he reached out to y'all.
He said he talked to y'all already.
Eddie said
when?
Eddie said you asked me to talk, right? Eddie said he reached out to y'all.
Yeah, I said that.
All three of the champions for a unification bout in spring.
Right.
When?
He said he said, and I quote,
he did not reach out to us in spring at all. In fact,
he said y'all wanted to test out y'all hand against Derek Quavis, which is cool.
That's not true.
And the owners took the fight.
That's not true.
And look, anybody who's believing Hearn is one of those individuals that is absolutely a truth teller, honest with the tongue. I'm talking about no bacteria on that at all. He has the only tongue. When he speaks, everybody listens and take it for what it's worth. I mean, very much considered to be a high spiritual type of tongue. For real, that's Hearn. I mean, and not too many people say Hearn is not telling the truth. But for anybody who's quoting Eddie Hearn as if he's telling you the absolute truth about how he goes about these offers and deals and what we, once again, Rachel Donaire broke it down to damn near half of this panel, how that whole process worked.
That's not true. That's absolutely incorrect. That's a bold face.
Here's what I want to say to you, Senior. Right? Everything Boots said he was going to do, he went out and did. Right? He said he wanted to unify.
Except unify against the champions.
He
did just unify.
He unified against the champion, right?
We're right here, and
just hear me out. Hear me out. Me and you had a conversation, right?
Yeah.
And you said that you wanted to be his next fight, but he didn't have to be your next fight. And you said that you weren't going to wait.
Right.
Junior said he wasn't going to wait, right? And I said to you,
we're gonna get out.
And I said to you, we were on Mill City Boxing, and I said to you, okay, you didn't want to wait. And what happens if he doesn't want to wait? And you said,
but he don't have nothing.
You said it is what it is, right?
But he still don't have nothing though.
I got a question
have
for you.
Another belt?
Wait. I got real fast, Marty. I got a question for you, right?
Yeah.
You remember how people assumed that you didn't have another opportunity to make money?
No. I didn't say nothing about opportunity to make money.
No.
Right.
I'm just saying. I just said, you remember that. You remember when people assumed that you wouldn't be able to get $1 million?
We're gonna make the money. We're gonna make $1 million.
You remember that?
All this shit. Yeah. So I got a question for you then, real quick.
Respectfully, I feel like you are assuming that people don't have opportunities.
Okay. I'm not saying he don't have opportunity. I know this. There's not possible he has an opportunity to do what he said he's gonna do. That's not possible. That I do know. Listen. He turned down Virgil Ortiz, and this ain't no dig. These are that's what I was trying to get to before. God damn, bro! I want to talk to you no more, man. I want to talk to Jamil.
Well, I want to talk to you though. I came up here to.
Now it's all about acting tough. The man just got out of the ring with Greg Hackett. Both of them are fighters, but yet you want to basically become a voice that has obviously been silenced through factual knowledge, and then now you want to be combative, argumentative, belligerent because you're not getting your way. That's called pouting, sir. That's called throwing a tantrum when you already been shut down. Let the man speak.
Listen. Well, I mean, I talk to you, but you don't want to listen. You can't even tell me when. No, you can't even tell me when we were supposed to fight him. Neither one of y'all can tell me when we were supposed to fight.
I can. I just said
when.
After you finish, I want to say something. Real quick.
I can.
When were we supposed to fight him? When?
When he fought Cuevas in March and Boots fought in April, they could have fought each other in the spring.
Did they? So wait a minute. No offer was sent to us. Not to mention, do you understand the ramifications as a manager or what we would have dealt with if we had this man Cuevas locked in from September, October, November, December? Do you understand the shit we would have been in and we would have had to try to get out that fucking contract?
You never said that y'all had him locked in since September. You never said that.
We did. Everybody know that. That's a known fact.
So y'all had
September last year.
So y'all had him
locked in. I had that since I came up here.
Oh, okay, so you had him locked in.
Oh my God.
Yes.
So you knew y'all wasn't gonna fight Boots all that time.
So again, let's go back to the beginning. Was he late or something, Jamil? Because me and KO just went through this. Okay,
no, just went through this. He came in after the 2-hour mark.
Okay.
Yeah, he came in after the 2-hour mark, but still, you got to add some months and some years to how far he's truly back. It's almost like dog years, but in reverse right here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, he came in late, and then you got to tack on 7 years behind. You know, for him to catch up, it's going to be a lot of work from a lot of people, and you're not going to get compensated.
Hey,
I don't know.
Okay, so we had Cuevas first. Immediately after, a couple of days later, Boots offer jumped on the table. We started that open negotiations, which was dumb as fuck.
Why?
We started that open negotiations. Well, what we do what?
Why would y'all negotiate with Boots and them when y'all had a fight already lined up?
Because Tyran's we didn't sign the contract yet. Tyran's gonna let us get out of that fight.
Oh, okay.
We hadn't signed yet.
Okay, great.
We hadn't signed yet. We didn't sign till after the Boots fight fell out. That's when we actually signed. When we signed, we had to put that off because that fight was supposed to be November 8th last year. So now fast forward. No matter what, there was no time that no real fight has been offered. There's no date. Nobody on this channel. Boots can't give you no time. Eddie can't give you no date. Nobody can give you a date to say that we offered y'all to fight on this date that you could have fought. Not one that we could have fought, that we would have actually fought. There's not one day that you could say, y'all turn this fight for him on. You saying spring, what? So now you got Eddie saying we can fight September, we can fight October, we can fight November. We are saying, let's negotiate it. Eddie's saying,
according to Eddie is saying that he's been in contact with Bob Arum. He said that y'all were invited out to the Man Stanionis fight, and then y'all chose to go on vacation. Wait. He said y'all chose to go on vacation. That's not true?
No. Nobody invited us nowhere. Swear to God, this is my first time even hearing that.
Hey, let this be a lesson that you've heard before, that promoters do tell the opposite of the truth a lot. One of those opposite truth tellers is Eddie Hearn. Whether you want to hear it or not, in this particular, debate, that's up to you. Because all the time on social media, false narratives are being pushed, misinformation, but yet you have people that are willing to listen and digest misinformation. Why? Because it's information that they feel that makes their unfavorable fighter look a certain way. They feel comfortable that way. It's a lot of this that goes on in the herd mentality on here. And this is a perfect example on how people just run with information from an individual who I know for a fact has been on record and has been caught up in lies. If you're using Eddie Hearn as a person that has said he spoke to, or he go on here and say this is the same person that said we offered Deontay Wilder more money than he ever been paid, being that he was looking to lose millions, but they wanted to give him a flat fee. Never gave any other fighter a flat fee, Anthony Joshua. But when it came down to that, Eddie Hearn say, hey, Eddie Hearn's the type say, Deontay Wilder highest payday is $800,000. I'm offering him his highest payday. I'm offering him $805,000. That is more than he ever made in his career.
The fuck Eddie say that? I
You
never
said
heard
you
it in my
watched the
life.
press conference, right? He said it in the press
Eddie
conference.
did not say that they invited us. Go find that.
Oh,
He
yes,
never said
the
they
fuck
invited us nowhere.
Yo, go to the look at the comment section. Yes, he
I
said
didn't
he's
see that.
been.
We
he
were
said
not
he-
invited.
Wait,
Nobody
I'm just
invited us
telling you.
nowhere.
I can only go by. I'm just telling you what was said, right? He said
Well,
that
I'm
he
telling
was
you,
in contact.
I didn't hear him say that. I did not hear him say that. And second of all, like I just told you, nobody invited us nowhere. We never got no invitation from anybody.
Eddie's on record saying that he's been in contact with Bob.
Okay.
Right.
This
was at the post fight. I'll timestamp it and I'll send it to you. But these are all things that Eddie said. Yeah.
Did he also say that after the negotiations fell through in September, did he also say that we were still willing to fight and calling him saying was it available? Did he say that?
I don't know nothing about that.
Did he say that?
Yes.
Is that a lie?
He said he was on record saying that he still wanted that fight.
No. He said that we asked, was the fight still available? We realized we made a mistake and we want to fight.
Yeah. He said, Eddie did say that.
Is that a bold-faced lie? Because I'm over here on the other end like, nigga, what are you talking about?
I don't know. Only you can tell me that. I don't know. Only you and Ed can tell me.
So did you not hear me every day telling you this nigga over here lying? I sent it to Bozy. I did everything.
Yeah, at the same time, me and you had stopped speaking because me and you had gotten into it.
Well, so I'm telling you, you heard him say we still want to fight and want to see was it available, right?
Yes, I heard Eddie say that.
That was a bold-faced lie. Meanwhile, I'm on the other end. I'm on Mill City. I'm everywhere saying, bro, what the fuck is he talking about? He's saying that to people because he has a bigger microphone. We were not on no other end asking that nigga was nothing still available. And we realized we messed up. We realized we made a mistake. So you gonna say that. Then come back and say, we playing games. Then come back. You said that after you asked were we still available, we realized we made a mistake. Make up your fucking mind.
So y'all only fighting Sasaki because so basically y'all only fighting Sasaki because Boots and them was playing games, basically what you saying.
No. Hell no. Fuck that. No, this ain't got shit to do with Boots. Sasaki ain't got nothing to do with Boots at all. No. This
y'all could afford Boots then, right?
No. Win.
I'm asking you.
I'm asking you. No, we could not have. No, win. No,
I'm talking about see how y'all. Okay, look, I'm saying y'all fighting Sasaki in June. Couldn't y'all have Fort Boots either in June or a little bit after that this year?
No, nobody made an offer for that.
Eddie said to fight for Boots. He had 2 weeks to make an offer after Boots' fight. He didn't make an offer until after the Jen Sasaki fight was signed.
Was already made. Yeah.
And that offer was for September, October, or November.
Yes, thank you. Who is that smart motherfucker on the line?
Well, I'm not talking. Wait, hold up.
Hey,
let me say this.
Let me finish, Manager Marty. Hold on. This boy gonna stop Canelo. He said that fight can still happen in September, October, or November, but they gotta negotiate the money on the 20th.
Hey, Bud. Here's some sense that knows what's going on. Absolutely. Wait. Here's the problem with that, though. And this is something I addressed with Senior. A lot of the criticism that you are getting, Senior, is valid because you were on a press tour and you were talking about how if Boots don't fight Junior next, he's a bitch. And then you went, and then you went and you took a fight in the interim.
Thank you.
That's a bad look.
I'm saying.
So wait.
Blood gonna stop Canelo is a diehard Terrence Crawford fan. And he's a Boots hater. I'm gonna keep it a bean. That's a bad look.
Jamil, did I not say on Mill City, and I said to you and everybody else, we want to be his whenever he's ready off his vacation.
But that's the problem. You say that after the fact. The whole lead up is we gonna knock his ass out. We ain't got no power. If he don't fight us next, he a bitch, right?
So wait a minute. I said it before.
You painted. I'm saying you painted a narrative that that's going to be y'all next fight. Anything can happen.
Absolutely did not. You go check the same interviews.
Yes, I watched it, bro.
You did say
I said the problem is.
I said his next fight.
You want
to be his next fight.
You said that after the fact. You said next. You said next.
Hey, listen, bro. For his next fight, we can't fight. Look, we're not gonna miss no money. That's like you missing work.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad.
That's like you missing work. Wait a minute, Jamil. Would you miss work because I'm sick?
I'm not telling you to do that.
I'm saying I'm sick.
This is where the criticism comes from.
But I'm asking the question, would you miss work? So, okay, so when anybody miss work because they home,
I need you to acknowledge. I just need you to acknowledge that the criticism comes from you. Comes from you.
But why I said, look, Boots is not Boots because because he's not taking his Tio fight, which could be a big fight. He's not taking it because he wanna unify with Brian Norman, and he waiting till the day after they fight to take the fight. Then he's not a bitch because that's his next fight.
Listen. I need you to stop, right? I need you to stop. I feel like there's a lot of assuming going on, just like people assume that Tio would be next. In boxing, I'm not assuming shit. Okay? You feel me? I'm not assuming. I don't know if Junior and Boots is ever going to happen. The business of boxing. I'm not mad at Senior and Junior for going and fighting Jin Sasaki. I'm scared though. I'm scared because I want Junior to win, and I know how they play in Japan.
Nah, B gonna win. We ain't worried about that.
And I'm rooting for you, but I'm scared.
Can I comment, YSM, real quick? The reason why I was saying what I was saying had nothing to do with what Eddie Hearn is saying. I'm only commenting on what I'm saying about Jin Sasaki being next and not Boots, because Brian Norman Sr. just said earlier on that his son said, hold on for a minute. I'm not going to agree to any terms. I'm paraphrasing, Brian.
Right.
I'm not going to fight any. I'm not going to agree to fight on any terms with Jin Sasaki until after I see if I can get an opportunity to fight the other world champions in my division.
Right.
And 2 weeks after Boots fought, y'all signed on the dotted line. So that's what
did the promoter say? When did the promoter say that his next fight was going to be? In that same press conference. I'm
talking about the promoter. I'm talking about.
I'm asking the question. When did he say? But after Boots fight, when did Eddie Hearn say the next fight, Boots' next fight will be? What did he say?
To me, it sounded like he said in the fall. I think that's what he said.
It was going to be September.
September.
He said September.
All right, but
he said September.
No problem.
So wait. Again, would you miss $1 million because I'm sick?
I don't know if it's $1 million.
No,
I can't speak to that.
No,
I don't get it. I don't get
it. No, you would not miss more than $1 million. You would miss over $1 million because I'm sick because your homeboy can't make it to work. You taking your motherfucking ass to work.
Senior, but we not mad at you.
The difference with that is Brian Norman Sr. is in January of 2025. Sasaki said that his next fight was going to be your son.
And we did not know that, man. And in January 2025, we didn't know that, man.
It's his next fight.
We didn't know him.
I mean,
we didn't know him.
No, I know.
I hear you, but perception wise, when Bud gonna stop Canelo,
I don't give a shit about perception. We didn't know him at all.
Perception wise, it looks like that was in play.
Right. Wait a minute. Wait.
Fight, Brian.
So wait a minute. You said perception-wise it look like that, but you've never heard me talk about Jen Psaki ever. Y'all know as much as I told, as much platforms. Much platforms as I've been on. Wait a minute. As much platforms as I've been on. Watch this. Money. We was talking about. I was quick when we found out about the Psaki offer. I was quick to jump on Mill City and say, "Yeah, nigga, what y'all got to say about money now?" I was quick to do that. You don't think I would have did that? We knew that kind of money was coming up.
No, I'm sure you probably would have, Brian. But I think the perception. No, hold on. I'm gonna back you up. I'm gonna back your play. I think the perception is that in January of 2025, Jen Psaki says Brian Norman Jr. is gonna be my next fight. Now hold on. 2 months after he said, 2 months after he said those words in March, where your son was fighting Quavos. After that, he was not in Japan. He was standing right next to your son in America, reading a letter. So that's where the perception comes from. Like, okay, 2 months ago, he said his next fight was Brian Norman Jr.
You didn't hear me. I got you. You didn't hear me speaking about money. Yeah, I got you, but you didn't hear me speaking about nothing. You didn't hear me speaking about nothing, money like this. I would have been huge. I'd have been wonderful. I'd have been wonderful talking shit, saying, "Man, nigga, fuck, but we can get money." That's what I was saying. Fuck, can we gonna get the money? I'm telling you, I would. Listen. That's what I did.
But Brian Norman Sr., you have to be honest. 2 months after he said that in his hometown in Japan, 2 months after he said that,
is when we fought.
To your son.
That's when he fought, and that's when he approached us. We did not know that, man. He's in fucking Japan. I can't keep my mouth closed. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something.
Brian.
Hold on. But listen to what you said.
Hold on. Brian, listen to me. That's what I'm telling you about the business.
I hear you.
You don't know that. But hold on. The promoter and representation behind the scenes know that. That's why they flew him out there.
That ain't got shit to do with me. We didn't know. That ain't got nothing to do with whatever the fuck, whatever play they got going.
I feel you, but are you still going along with the play?
You motherfucking right.
Okay, so was Jen Psaki correct?
I'm saying after the fight, after our fight,
he was right. His promoter and them told him what the deal was.
Boots was able to unify, which is what he wanted to do. His plans unify in that time frame. So it was still good for Boots. And on the timeline that Boots want to fight next, he can still unify with Brian Norman next.
Salute. Thank you, bro. That man got the only one with sense, bro.
Stop.
He's the only one with sense. Why can't he not? Why can't he?
Brian, no. Brian, hold on. I'm asking him. How do you know that?
Because they want to fight in September, October, November. That's enough time for him to fight Jen Psaki and fight Boots.
Okay, so God forbid, and I'm not putting this on your son, Brian. I'm just using a hypothetical. God forbid that Brian Norman Jr., and I hope this doesn't happen, he break his hand, re-injure his hand again. Then what?
Well,
that's
Brian.
And that's the point. And that's why we didn't want to sign it.
Hey, senior.
That's why we didn't want to sign before.
I know, but that's why I want to check. That's why I want to check Bud. You shouldn't assume. And the reason why you shouldn't assume is anything can happen in a boxing ring.
Yeah.
A lot of times,
you're making our point that we were saying that he didn't want to sign the deal until after.
Well, what did I say? I said I wasn't mad at you for that.
Cool.
These niggas is Michigan. We talking the same shit.
Brian,
but I'm telling him you should not assume, because what if B loses? What if he gets? What if he takes a cut? What if he breaks his hand?
Nah, I'm with you.
So you can't.
So you the next day after the fight to fight later.
See, but bro, the same way that Brian said that I'm not waiting for nobody is the same question I asked Senior. I said, what happens if the other person doesn't want to wait? And he told me it is what it is.
Guess what my answer was?
So I can't get mad at either person. I can't get mad at either person.
Guess what my answer was? Jamil, tell what was my answer when you asked me that? What was my answer?
You said it is what it is.
Look, I said it is. Wait. I went further than that. I said it is what it is. And if he fight T.O., they tell my T.O. fight in August. We still got time to do that October, November, December shit he was talking about. That's what I said. And we still got time.
If Boots' goal is to be undisputed and unified, why would he sign for another fight? That's why I'm assuming that, even though we shouldn't assume, I'm assuming he didn't fight
you. And that's the problem. That's the problem. You do a lot of assuming.
Why
Right?
would
Can I ask
do
a
that?
question?
You
Can
do a lot of
I ask a
assuming.
question?
look? Hey,
Hey,
why
Jamil.
would he sign another fight
Yeah.
if he can?
Bro,
unify with
you do a lot of
Brian Norman?
assuming. And I could say, why would Brian Norman Jr. take a fight when he said he wanted to fight Boots? I'm
Because
not
he
Jamil,
going
I
wants
to
to
got a
fight
assume.
question.
later this
Wait,
Jamil, I got a
year.
before I
question
go
for you.
stop Canelo, I'm not going to assume what's in these people's plans. Y'all fans gotta stop doing that, yo.
Hey,
Go ahead.
Jamil, I got a
The
question.
reason
Can
they
I
taking
ask
the
a question?
fight because
Go
they
ahead,
can
senior.
make money and the
Go
fight
ahead,
is
senior.
on later this year.
Hold on,
Why
let me
not
talk.
make the money?
All
Go
right,
ahead, bro.
hold on, Bud. Stop, Canelo. Listen. I appreciate you having sense too. But listen right here. I got a question. So he wanna unify at 147, right? That's been the play the whole time, right? That's what it was, right, Jamil?
Yeah, that was the play.
That's why
That
they
was the
reached
play.
out to you.
All right, wait. That was the play. Can you answer me a question? Because nobody ever answered this question for me because there's always hate towards me. Why did he make an offer to Charles Conwell in November before Karen?
You have to ask Eddie that.
What if Charles Conwell would have accepted that?
You have to ask Eddie that. Are you
No,
asking me what I think?
No.
I said you
It's
have to
about
ask Eddie
Boots.
that.
It's about Boots. It's not Eddie. It's about
Yeah.
Boots.
No, I said
So
you
my
have to.
question is. So my
I said
question
Boots
is.
didn't make the offer to Charles Conwell. Eddie did.
Right. So the question
Yeah.
is. But I'm saying you doing this shit on behalf of Boots. You got to ask the fighter, are you willing to fight this person first,
Yeah.
right?
I was about to ask. Hold on, was Booth aware that Charles Conwell was offered?
Yeah, he was aware.
Okay. So if he's aware,
So Booth was aware.
So if he's aware, why did he not fight? Why did he not fight Virgil Ortiz for a whole lot more money?
Well, first of all, nobody knows.
You
how
know
much
that's
he
two
was gonna
different
get paid.
situations, though, right?
Yeah,
Nah,
hold
it's
up.
really not.
Nobody
No,
knew.
no.
Hold up for a minute. Nobody knows how much he was going to get paid to fight Ortiz. But why would he go up to 54 to fight Ortiz when all of us on this panel know that Eddie Hearn has been reaching out to you guys to get the fight with you guys?
I'm gonna tell you.
Hey, Marty.
Eddie
Marty, real fast.
Was fighting Virgil Ortiz, so why does that matter?
Real fast, right? You do know that was two different scenarios. That's why I said it was two different things. One scenario was for the November 9th fight.
Yeah.
Right.
And then the other scenario was Virgil Ortiz. And since Bug gonna stop Canelo want to chime in, let's go this. That February 12th was supposed to be for Terrence Crawford and Virgil Ortiz. Terrence Crawford turned it down. Then
why didn't he take the fight? What I'm asking.
Wait.
Why didn't Boots take the fight?
Let me run my play. Sebastian Fundora.
Yes.
And Virgil Ortiz, Sebastian Fundora turned it down.
Yes,
then they approached Jaron Ennis in December.
Yes.
So everybody dubbed Virgil, right? So everybody dubbed Virgil.
February.
Right? So wait, Boots, Spence had fought in August, and Sebastian Fundora had fought in, if I'm not mistaken,
Crawford. You mean Crawford fought in August?
Yeah, Crawford had fought in August, and Boots had fought November 9th, and they approached him in December about a fight. At that point in time, right?
Yeah.
People don't even realize TGB called the day of Karen Chikazin. Two different scenarios. The unification bout that he was trying to get was a possibility, as opposed to November 9th, when y'all weren't available, Stanionis didn't take the offer, and Barrios didn't take the offer. Two completely different situations.
Well,
check this out, though. Let me ask you this.
Barrios fought on a Netflix card too at that time.
And got thrashed. That shit was crazy.
Hey, let me ask you a question. What weight would y'all say Boots walk around at?
I don't know.
I'm not gonna get into that.
I don't know. Yeah,
okay.
I'm not gonna go into
so
that.
they call him a big guy. They call him a big guy though. They call him a big guy, right? So if he a big guy, let's just say he walk around 175. That's not that big, but let's say 175. Let's say he walk around at 175. Do y'all not agree that the only difference in fight 154 and 147 is not like when you're going up in weight where you got to put on muscle when you already big? The only difference in fight 154 and 147, especially if you don't have to give up your belt or nothing else, because he didn't have to give up his belt to fight Virgil Ortiz. He could have just made that money, made that play, got that big name on his resume, and went on about his business. But anyway, with that being said, the only difference is losing 21 pounds as opposed to losing 30-some pounds. Do y'all not agree?
What does that have to do with him fighting his son?
I kind of disagree because the 7 pounds they matter, and it's 10-ounce gloves.
But
so
my thing is, what
I
does
feel
that
like that
have to
plays a
do
part
with?
in power too. 10-ounce
But
gloves.
what that have to do with him fighting your son though? I mean, I don't understand.
What are you talking about? Where they come from? How we back on that? What we talking about? What you want to know?
No, you're talking about Boots.
Marty, man.
No, I'm just saying you're talking about Boots and his weight. That don't really have nothing to do with none
No,
of us.
I was asking a question. I was just asking. I'm talking boxing, dog.
Oh, this is
I'm talking boxing. What you talking about? I'm talking about
I thought we
Virgil.
was talking about your
Yeah,
son. I
no,
didn't know we was still talking about Boots.
No,
Yeah,
what I'm asking Senior, right, is when they paint a picture, right? The picture was painted that Virgil Ortiz and Boots was the fight that they wanted. That's not true. The fight that they wanted to make was Terrence Crawford. And basically they went down the line and then they offer a fight to somebody that wasn't planning on moving to 154 for that particular fight, wanted the unification, and now you want him to move up and weight on a short camp to fight somebody without a world title. That doesn't make sense.
In
and
another
you talk about
country.
wait, and then you talking about hopping up and down in weight. You see what happens when people do that, right? When people hop up and hop down, bad shit happens. So if you want to hop up to 54, you want to stay at 54.
Right. Right.
But I'm like, why was he willing to fight Conwell at 54?
Like I said, it's two different situations. You're talking about two different time periods. I got something.
Okay,
I got something on it.
Say something?
Go ahead.
But the point why he's saying it's two different situations, because at the time, right, the what's it called, the Brian Norman fell through, right? So the unification was not on the table, and he had only the Karen fight next, which they obviously didn't want. But with the Virgil Ortiz, they had a unification fight on the table. That's what makes it different.
Yeah, like he was in contact with Stanley. He was about to.
But,
like,
I have a question though for Brian Norman Sr. though. So
who was that? Green?
No, it's a me.
It's a me.
Oh, all right. What's up, bro?
But I think he's on the phone right now. So I'm
Jab Queen got a question for you, Senior. I hear a lot of talk about Boots doesn't want to unify. Is that not in Brian Norman Jr.'s son's plans? Basically, is it in your son's plans to unify?
Absolutely.
Because I hear you talking about big fights.
Fuck that. Ace. We want that one. We want ASAP. That's why I told you we damn near agreeing to all, but it got to make sense. But we going to Philly. That's for sure. We don't give a fuck. We want him in the ring. That's bottom line.
Brian Norman, I got a question, right? And please correct me if I'm wrong, right? So I was here at the beginning of the live, and I heard you say that y'all changed your mind talking about, we don't want to negotiate or sign a contract until y'all fight with a just a soccer fight. We said, like, fuck it, we're gonna call him, at least see what's happening, right?
Right.
And you said you're gonna air this shit out on a different platform.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to know, what is there to air out? Like, are you saying that
because
after y'all trying to call the bluff out, it's only a bluff, or you're actually gonna get the fight done? Would you?
I mean, again, with that situation, that's why I was trying to tell Marty, fights don't just come out of, hey, leave. Oh, y'all go. I was just telling him, Marty's don't come out. I mean, telling Marty, fights don't just come out of thin air. It got to be a promoter, got to be a budget, got to be somebody willing to put it on. I told y'all, and I've been saying that I hope we can move the needle on our end. You know what I'm saying? So ain't nobody arguing about top rank, what they trying to do, or whatever else, except what the hell Marty just said about putting us on the B side. We went on the B side with Craig Bass, and we damn straight on the B side with Sasaki. You gonna find out. So anyway, that was just an opportunity that was given to us. We taking the opportunity. We gonna goddamn crush the opportunity. I mean, how many times do you get the opportunity? Anytime somebody go out of the country to fight, it's not in your favor. You're not gonna be the hometown fighter. People do it.
So how can you say you're not the B side then?
Because we're not the B side. We the champions. We're not the B side. We getting paid the most money. The only thing he has is home court advantage. That's it. That's the only advantage he got.
But
only 8 sides get that.
Outcome. What up?
Say what?
Only 8 sides get that.
I was talking to somebody else. Hey, yo,
I'm just saying, all he got is home court. No, we like the home court.
We 5 minutes.
Okay, we like the home court. We like the home court. Listen, we don't mind the home court advantage. That's what I'm trying to get y'all to understand. We don't mind the home court advantage. We don't care if that means nothing to us. We don't mind the home court advantage. He can have home court advantage. When you get in that ring, we got home court advantage. No matter where that ring is, it's my son's ring. That's his house. No matter where it's at. I don't give a fuck where it's at.
Yeah, I respect that.
Can I
Yeah,
ask a
that's
question
it.
real
No
quick?
matter what. Now, somebody was asking me something. Go ahead.
Yeah. So I have a question about what you said about earlier when it comes to your son being ahead of Boots at 24 years old. Which
Right.
I understand what you're saying. I understand where you're getting at, but it's
I'll
kind of
right back.
unfair in the sense that Boots was 24 years old trying to get opportunities at the welterweight champions, and the welterweights were kind of held up at the time. It was a whole other generation, and they were going to give Boots the opportunity that they would have, that your normal would have had now. So I don't understand why you keep bringing up that scenario. If you can hear me.
You said a different time. I keep bringing up the scenario because of how people act like things are impossible. You are absolutely right. The whole landscape is different. Everything about it is different. The time for you had a whole generation of fighters moving out, a whole new generation of fighters moving in. You're absolutely 1,000% right. My thing is the only reason I'm saying that is because of the criticism that we receive. I've said this on many platforms. Also, we're going to crush every single. We were supposed to lose our next fight. They're going to lose that belt the next time. We did not lose our next fight. He only looked good in one fight against Santiago. Watch him look like shit the next fight. He did not look like shit the next fight. We crushed that one. He won't make $1 million. We finna go make more than $1 million. We crushed that one. We crushing shit all over the place. He ain't gonna never get the opportunity. Wait a minute. I'm giving the shit we crushing. He ain't gonna never be able, he ain't gonna never get an opportunity like that again. We're getting the opportunities. So my whole reason for saying it is the dumbass fans that don't, we appreciate the supporters, but other dumbass fans that listen to people like Manager Marty and KO that don't understand what's going on, that think that fights come out of thin air. Listen, that think fights come out of thin air.
Fights come out of thin air, Brian Norman.
That don't understand. Wait a minute. That don't understand how promoters work. That don't understand how managers work. That don't understand.
My
I'm trying to answer the fucking question.
Well, you
that don't understand that.
Respond to you.
I cannot finish talking. Then you respond.
All right, go ahead. Yes, sir.
That don't understand that fights happen one at a time. That don't understand. I'm on here asking people regular questions. At what date was the potential Jerron Ennis fight offered that we said no? At what date, besides November 9th, that we weren't available for due to hand injuries, that we would have been able to fight anyway? So you still have people running with the 1.7 million that no matter whether we agreed to 750,000 or not, we wouldn't have got one dime, so it didn't matter. You feel what I'm saying? So my thing is, after that, what fight was offered to us? Because we didn't make the offers. Back to the same thing. I'm trying to turn the landscape of that. We didn't make no offers. How the fuck can we turn down something we would have never got? So at what date was this said fight offered that we didn't take? That's all I wanted to know.
No, I mean that's a fair question. You said that your son is making $1 million to fight, or over $1 million
more than that.
To fight.
He's making more than $1 million.
More than that. Let me ask you a question. You had the paperwork on that?
I don't gotta show you no motherfucking paperwork.
See, this is why I've been quiet, because I just wanted people to continue to hear. People like him who have the audacity, who's already unqualified to speak on the position that he masquerade around YouTube, right? He masquerades around YouTube, portraying that he's a manager. When I first met the guy, it was some areas in management, of course, when we talk numbers, that I was unaware of. But it was just basic information when I found out truly what it was, right? But I did commend him for providing me with the info. I did. He made a big deal on the live saying that, I commended him for telling me information. But there's levels to management. And what I know about management, those who are playing and on the field, and they hold down primary positions in the sport of boxing, they're not in the dugout. I mean, you're talking about individuals who have fighters to their roster. This guy right here saying, do you have documentation? Why would anyone give you personal documentation? That's just like when Fanon told Bill Haney, if you want to give me the contract to look over, and then they end up going at each other How stupid would it have been for him to give Devin Haney's documentation to a person that would have been up here criticizing any little itty bitty information on that contract? Why would he give you information about how much they're making when you're criticizing him? When you and a plethora of other people criticize them for not taking this amount of money when they had to pay out multiple surplus amount of percentages just because it was on a different promotion. Taxes. Just so much had to be paid off to the point it wasn't even beneficial for them.
I'm asking.
Do I have the paperwork on it?
Can you?
I know what I'm getting paid. I tell you what, I know what I'm getting paid.
All right.
How about that?
When people talk about purses, I'll be
not showing nobody. I'm not showing nobody no paperwork. What the fuck? I know. No, I don't do that.
Asking.
No, that's the dumbest shit ever.
Why would he show you that? What kind of question?
It's just a question. Why everybody getting mad? I'm just asking.
So look, if everything goes to plan, y'all win in Japan or whatever, we can expect you to make that call on the 20th to bring back up the negotiations for the boot fight.
Absolutely. Now this is what I'm gonna say. Just like when this happened, we have to get on the same page at some point. I'm sure Jerron is, because he looked like a fool right now. I'm just telling you the things I've been hearing. I'm telling you the people. I'm telling you from some uppers. Like, he don't look good in other than outside of YSM fans, Mill City fans, and Northeast fans. I'm just being real with y'all. Northeast fans and the Northerners that talk about it in the barbershops and shit. Outside of y'all, he looking real crazy in the boxing world. I'm telling you.
You mean the unified lineal champion?
Yes, he's looking real crazy the way he moved. Yes,
make sure you say that when you address him, though.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No, I'm just saying the way he moving, looking crazy because he's not fighting anybody that wants to fight him. So now the question is, nobody's calling his name. Nobody's saying they want to fight him. So who the fuck is he gonna fight? You ain't fighting nobody that want to fight you. Because you ain't fighting us, you ain't fighting Virgil, and you ain't fighting T.O. Those are the only three people that say they want to fight you out loud. You're not fighting anybody else. Stanionis didn't never really. Go ahead.
You're acting like he's going to be out for the rest of the year. Like,
but the thing is, Stanionis walked it like he talked it, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I have no problem with Stanionis. I have no problem with Stanionis. And I got another question. I got another question. I got one more question for the people that want to talk about talent. Because you was telling me about about him being generational and him being amazing talent. I got a question for you. This per him. For the people who dare think that Stanionis is better than my son. Boots was asked. He was asked, what does Stanionis bring? What else does he bring? He said verbatim on every interview. I mean, he stands in front of you, come forward with a high guard, come right. We never seen before. I mean, that's basically what he does. Is that what he said?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what he said. My son offers much more than that. For the people who think that he offers much more than that. And Jerron Ennis knows he offers more than that.
I think your son is a very skillful guy, man. I don't know why people saying that he's not. I just don't understand you. The guy brought Bud beats Crawford, whatever.
Bud gonna stop Canelo.
Stop Canelo. Him. He said he asked you a question. He said, "Or after the fight with Sasaki, are y'all gonna make the call for Boots?" You said yes.
Again, fights. I'm sorry for not answering no questions because I know people think I duck questions. I don't duck any questions. You ask me back, I'm gonna run it back to you. I'm old. I get crossed up in my brain. So listen. So with that being said, no, absolutely, we're going to call for it. We're going to speak out loud. We're going to motherfucking screaming at the mountaintops. Nigga, where you at? Let's talk about this fight you said you want in November, December, October. Yes, we're absolutely coming out loud with that. Where's the fight? Again, hopefully it moves the needle on our end and we can make some type of co-promotion. Or hopefully you got somebody like Turkey getting that bitch into being getting Saudi Arabia. That, I mean, on Saudi soil.
What do y'all think? Y'all think that's a good fight, that Turkey to pick up? I think so. I think, at this point in time, Boots, the last time he said, Norman's not really that good, but yet they don't call him out. So let's see after, it's almost like the mystery manager want to talk about how Norman them wait all the time for offers and offers. It seems like Team Ennis, they always want to wait when it comes to them taking a step to fight somebody like a Norman Jr. They didn't want to fight Virgil Ortiz. They didn't want to fight T.O. It's a lot of people they don't want to fight now. But they'll fight little old Stantionis.
That'll be fucking ideal for us. You feel what I'm saying? Hopefully that's what happens. Do I believe it's gonna happen? Do I believe it's gonna happen on their end? No, it's gonna be some more moving the needles. It's gonna be some, y'all shouldn't have waited. Y'all should have did this. We should have did what? We came back 2 days. The man asked, and you agreed that we did right by not signing a contract, sign, seal, and deliver while we have a fight coming up, because that's dangerous. It's a bad omen. It's bad business. Everything about it is bad. You think Eddie Hearn don't know that? That nigga know that. He didn't expect us to call his bluff. When we came back to call this fucking bluff, they are nowhere to be fucking found. We're going to put this shit on bigger platforms.
Senior, they're the ones that offered you the fight on multiple occasions.
Yes.
You can't say that.
What multiple occasions?
Wait. You paint this picture, right? That
what multiple occasions?
Your manager said 3 times.
If somebody off.
Man, be quiet, bro. You had your opportunity. Let Jamil talk.
You something, if somebody offers you something and you counter, you have declined the initial offer.
Okay, could we fight the first time?
Offered. Wait. No, I'm gonna say my piece and you go ahead. What I'm saying is, you paint this picture like they didn't want the fight, right? You paint this picture like it's on them.
Yeah.
The reason why the fight didn't happen initially, you admitted, was you. Whether justified or unjustified, you said you weren't happy. You said you weren't happy with the money, and you cited an injury.
Because the fight.
Understand this, fight fans, is that just because someone sends you an offer, and whoever is the sender, they totally understand whether that offer that they sent is going to receive good type of energy when it comes to the response, or is sent with ill intentions for it not to get the type of response. That response being accepting the offer. It's individuals that send lowball offers all the time and then take to social media and say what? Oh, they declined the offer. Of course they did, because we don't have the paperwork. Nor do they really want to be true and genuine about the numbers that was sent to said name fighter.
Because the fight was worth more money.
But the fight didn't happen. The fight didn't happen because of you. You're saying that.
No. Ultimately, in the end, it ended up not being because of me, because he wouldn't have been able to fight anyway. So ultimately, no.
Still, the injury is you.
Yeah, your side.
You not being happy about the money is you.
What you mean? What you mean? I don't get what you're saying.
I'm saying
you're saying they want to fight. You saying that they want to fight.
No, I'm saying you're painting this picture that they don't want to fight. They wouldn't have came to the table. Yeah, they wouldn't have came to the table if they didn't want to fight.
So where they at right now?
You're the reason why the fight didn't happen.
So where are they right now? Where are they right now?
Where are they?
Yes. Why are they not discussing this fight? They said they wanted to happen in October, November, December. Where are they? Why are they not talking about that right now?
I'm gonna go back to the original conversation that me and you had. I asked you, why didn't you want to wait? You said that you didn't want to wait, and you cited reasons. And I said to you, what happens if they don't want to wait for you?
So my thing is,
it's what it is. That's all my question. Wait. But Marty, what I'm saying is,
wait a minute.
I'm not mad at anybody, Marty.
No,
I'm not mad.
You got
no wait. I want to get this off.
Marty,
I'm not mad at anybody for whatever decisions that they make that they feel like is best for them. I'm not mad that he said that he wanted to wait after. I'm not mad that he chose to go get the bag with Jen Sasaki. All I'm saying is I wanted to see that. I wanted to see that fight.
But Jamil, Jamil. So you mean to tell me from Sunday to Tuesday was
senior. I'm not telling you anything. I'm going back to the conversation that we had.
The fans. You want the people to believe
that they're not calling you back. There's a reason why they're not calling you back. I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
There got to be a reason, right? They're not doing it just out of happen chance. You're saying they're not calling you back. I haven't talked to anybody about y'all negotiations. You saying they're not calling you back? You saying you're
They're not
interested?
calling us back. They're not calling us back to negotiate a fight that they could possibly. You got Eddie on record talking about Tio fight that just fell through, so there was nothing that was being negotiated at that time. There was nothing because he was talking about because Eddie out there talking about Tio. You feel what I'm saying? So you got Eddie talking about that. We had an already call before the Tio situation even came out. So now that that's out, whoever else he may be negotiating with, my point is, why can't he do what he said and lock in with us for October, November, December, or whatever date he wants?
Saying. You're asking me a question about another man. You have to ask that man. All I said to you was you said you didn't want to wait. Okay. And I asked you what happens if they do not want to wait. You said it is what it is.
Okay.
So
it's not fishy.
I don't know.
So the question. So it's not fishy that they don't have an open fight coming up and they would not call us back when we try to do. Wait. We're trying to do what they said. They said we don't want to fight in Philly. Nigga, we coming to Philly. They said we won't fight. You got Booth saying if you get over $2 million, we did not get off for $2 million. That's a lie. Wait. You got Booth saying they only made $100,000. Wait, they only made $100,000. Well, Google says he made $250,000 in 8 minutes, and he made more than that. They won't make $1 million. He going to make more than $1 million. We winning.
Yo, Cedar, can I ask a real quick question? Quick question. When you guys spin the block on the negotiations, is your offer going to go through the roof?
No.
So is it gonna be like 2.2 what you asking for before?
I can't negotiate on here, but it would not be through the roof. That was in fact that was the call that our manager made to say, bro, let's get this done. Let's make that was
no one's gonna openly discuss what they're gonna freaking ask. Come on, man. I know it's just GP. You know what I'm saying? I know you just putting out here for general convo. I get it, man. But no one's gonna drop a baseline offer for outside of the scope of the individuals that can really make the fight happen. They're not going to do that. That'd be senseless to do that. Foolish.
The call that was made. It's going to be exposed. That was the call that was made. It was known that it was going to be reasonable. It was a very respectful call. It was a very respectful message. It wasn't like Edgar ain't talking shit. It wasn't like we was, reached out talking shit. I'm the one that reached out. It's I'm all in that shit. I'm like, bro, I'm asking them, hey, who do we call to give you, watch this. Who do we call to give you what you say you want, sir? You say you want us in Philly. Wait, you say you want us in Philly. We're coming to Philly, sir. You say you want to unify. We're going to unify, sir. You say you want to fight in September, or not even September, October, November, December. We want to fight in September, October, December, sir. Who do we call to lock this down? What you said, you spoke to Brian Norman, and he said he don't want to do it until after the Sasaki fight. So who do we speak to correct all of this?
I mean, initially, Senior, you said that wasn't your call. You said the management made that call, right?
And guess what I did? Guess what my emotional ass did? Guess what my emotional ass did?
You told me, but again,
my emotional ass. Look, my emotional ass. Now listen, my emotional
management told them something.
I'm finna tell you, my emotional ass called my because I'm so fucking mad. I'm like, nigga, are you serious? This nigga went on every single platform and said what you just said. Man, I'm just thinking about this Stay-On fight. I'm thinking about what's in front. I'm like, this nigga went on every single platform and said exactly what my son said. And these niggas here don't understand. I said, you know what, bro? Fuck that shit. We gonna give these niggas everything they fucking want, and we finna give it to these niggas in their hometown. We gonna make them eat this shit. We just need them in the ring. I'm so serious. That's what I did. I went to my son. I said, I need you to call you. Because they don't listen to me. They're just being real. They don't listen to me. I ain't nobody. But guess who I do influence? I influenced Brian Norman Jr. I influenced the motherfucker that came from me. You feel what I'm saying? I said, nigga, we got to get this work. Fuck all that shit they talking. Fuck what they saying. Fuck the,
Then why is your management on record saying that they do not want to negotiate till after the fight?
That's
because now they on record. You go read Ring Magazine with
I mean, that's not me. That's them.
No, I'm telling you. She after that happened, we came out and we was ready to negotiate. They were there not calling back.
So saying you saying you willing to lock that fight in now. As
right now.
Before you willing to do it now.
Absolutely.
No. Bud don't stop Canelo. That's a false narrative. He's saying that wasn't
not a false narrative. We already knocking in. What are you talking about?
hear me out. He just said you're willing to negotiate now when you wasn't before. No, you're saying that was them that didn't want to negotiate.
Oh no, 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 no. That ain't what I'm out.
You're not. You're not hearing me.
Wait a minute.
Yeah,
y'all go ahead and chop it up. Chop it.
That's what we want to hear. If he ready to lock it in, then we wanted to do
it. Again. That senior
to that at least, because if he calling them out saying, okay, y'all wanted to lock this in, let's lock it in. They're not fighting Tio, so at least speak on it. You know,
I'm gonna stop Canelo. Well,
I wasn't trying to listen to the whole. I got in on the back end. Shout out to everyone that's in the chat. If you hold on for a quick second, I'll be right back. Man, thank y'all for holding on, man. Yes, Friday. You know how that goes. People be giving you calls. Shout out to my guy Haynes Legacy in the building, man. I see you. What it do, big dog? Hope you're feeling well. As always, you know what I'm saying? God bless. Shout out to Swat Jones in the building. What's good with it, bro? He said, shocked that Marty thought he was, man, please. That dude talking about, would you want to show paperwork? Who's going to show paperwork, man? Who's going to show paperwork? But also, shout out to the hottest channel in the MFN game, man. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. I seen somebody shot me. That shout out to my guy Shot News that shot me that panel that was going on. Yes, I got in on the back end, but that was YSM Sports audio. Live streams like that are educational in their own way. I'm not saying that it's pretty much a healthy education, the entire live stream, but you do get to see and base your own assessment of someone's common knowledge of what they're portraying themselves to be an expert at. And that happens all the time with the mystery manager. You know, I am really looked at this guy's content in a long ass time. But every now and then he'll send me something to the DM purposely, that just because he's talking about Crawford, just to, you know, so I can do a reaction on it so he can have something to talk about. I don't know what the hell is up with that. But anyway, solid shout out to YSM Sports, man. Shout out to BG that was on there. Amin that was on there. Who else was on there? Nerd was on there. You know, I mean, it was what it was. It's one of those deals where you get so wrapped in trying to crochet what is said on social media, how people repeat information from a certain voice that's known to have an insidious tongue, right? They know Eddie Hearn has an insidious tongue, right? But they would sit up here and repeat what he said as if it's gospel sometime. And he's been known to just tell fibs. And that's not cool when people just accept the fact he is and been on record as lying, but it's okay for them because they're trying to prove a point, because on their side, their fighter is signed with Matchroom. Jerron Ennis is signed with Matchroom. So they're going to repeat and repeat over and over again what Hearn said, knowing that a lot of that information is false. A lot of information is false. But I wanted to talk about NOSO El Juicio. Okay. There are some people that's feeling some type of way, of course, when you are mentioning a name that has always gotten respect for having one of the best fighters in his stable in this era, and that is Saul Canelo Alvarez. You can't take that away. I met NOSO in public. I don't know him personally like that, but I met him on a couple occasions. Just put it down. Just put it down and call it for what it is. People will always give him praise for who he has in his camp. Always. That's not going anywhere. He doesn't have to prove that no more. He's established. I believe NOSO is definitely going to be. And once again, if you hear somebody calling him NOSO El Juicio, you know, I just the point of calling him NOSO, just like I was calling Cambozo, and people ran with it. People don't even know the origin of that shit. But NOSO, do I feel he's going to be a Hall of Famer? Yeah. NOSO is going to be a Hall of Famer for sure. It ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He's definitely going to be a Hall of Famer. Ain't no question. But at the current time, when you try to sculpture what the stature of perception looks like, you have to put some asterisks over there. It's like them little tulip flowers. You know, it's getting to a point where you say to yourself, how does these fighters continue to pop dirty in your stable? That's not cool, bro. That's not cool that there's a repeat of fighters popping dirty in your stable. Why is that the case? When are people going to start asking? It's almost like they don't want to touch NOSO, El Juicio. They don't want to touch it. They believe he is like, you know, one of the head honchos when it comes to trainers. And people, you know, on here, they will have these barriers up for Canelo Alvarez, the Canelo Protection Committee. So they will try to tiptoe their way past the Canelo Protection Committee to try to think about criticizing NOSO. But they won't do it because they want to stay in the good graces of Nello. Nello and NOSO has been together for quite some time. And see, what the success both of them have had, it's hard to tell a Nello fan that I feel some type of way about your trainer, because Nello, you pop for clenbuterol, you pop for that, and then you had a fighter who's been able to pull off something that you rarely see, a fighter who wasn't suspended, a fighter who was still able to fight for his title on fight night, in Oscar Valdez, and also he had a president come to his aid to mitigate the circumstances and say, no, I'm going to do this. This should happen right here. These levels of this, and this. He was able to still go in there, look bad because he was probably cycling off, look bad against Hobson Conceição, and still get a terrible decision. It reminds me of the Michael Fox and Gabriel Maestre. I mention it all the time, how they was thumbing the gloves, got caught cheating, went in there and lost the fight, but yet was given a decision. So we have two fighters, Canelo, Oscar. Then you get around to the more recent A-sample attendee, Jaime Munguia. The wild part about Jaime Munguia is that it's not like he's really he never did anything to the general public that people didn't like. It's the fact that I always call him the Mexican Zorro. Jaime Munguia, man, you know, he really don't give you any type of indication of what he's thinking, what his personality is like. Jaime Munguia is just like a stone-faced Zorro, man. You know what I'm saying? He really don't give you any personality, bro. Very, very minimal personality. So people had no reason to sit up here and dog him out. I mean, how are you going to question the lack of grace of Jaime Munguia unless there's a reason to say this is why I feel the way I do about Munguia? And here we go. Here we go. It finally happened. Jaime Munguia, 2-division world champion, pop dirty. A-sample, of course, but he popped dirty for TRT. Okay? Now, the crazy part about it is that I haven't heard any excess talk about how this happened, because people still looking at Jaime Munguia like, oh, he's such a nice guy. Oh man, he's such a nice guy. Leave him be. And you know, look, Jaime Munguia gets the damn exemption. They'll sit up here and say, hey, WCS, come back. You know, when you was in the service, there's certain people that didn't do their task right. You gave them a second chance, right? Okay, then. Munguia, everybody makes mistakes, man. That's Munguia. He's been a stellar performer up to this point. And guess what? Just because he popped dirty for an increased level of banned substance, testosterone, and TRT, he has some exterior intramuscular assistance. They want to say, leave him alone, man. He hasn't bothered nobody. We have to wait till the entire B sample come out before we run judgment on Hummy. Hummies did nothing but represent the sport accordingly. Isn't that what they say? Forget about the discovery. Isn't that what they say, yo? He's represented the sport accordingly. He felt that he needed to increase his overall technical skill set. So what did he do? He was defeated for the first time by Canelo Alvarez. He went and joined their camp. Yes, that's what he did. He took action. Homie McGill went over there to NOSO El Juicio, and he went over there and hunkered down. And all you saw was him over there hitting the bag. Like I said, he has the personality of a damn mason, not a mason, a mannequin doing goddamn COVID when all those department stores were shutting down. I mean, really, if you wanted to make a mold that was suitable for a mannequin, it would be Hummy McGill, nobody else. That damn dull look that he have on his face. Huh? Well, okay. I mean, that's perfect for a mannequin. But I'm disappointed with the low volume. I'm not hearing opening arguments. I feel some type of way now. I want to know why y'all are not frenzied to take charge of this specific topic. What's keeping you all from really going in on Hummy McGill? It's called biasness, man. It's called favoritism. Yeah, it is. It's called he's not popular enough for us to chew him up, so we just gonna let him go. That's what it is. He's not popular enough. He hasn't did enough negativity. We don't see him on X. He has a beautiful family. Come on, Combat. He has a beautiful family. His brilliance of success in boxing. Come on, Combat. Have a heart. You getting a little grumpy in your old age, Combat. I say, no, this has nothing to do with being grumpy. I'm just speaking on the spirit of the sport. The spirit of the sport saying what's imposed to be fraudulent is dirty test. And he came back with a dirty test. No, it would have been, the talk of the town, breaking news, if it would have been clenbuterol. But this, this was different. This right here was different. You know what I'm saying? This was dealing with testosterone, test, replacement therapy. That's what we're talking about. You know, you have to ask yourself, how do you get out of this? Is it possible for them to have some type of manipulation on the B sample? Do y'all have an itching sensation out there that the B sample will come back any different than the A? Are you all holding right now, right here, Hummy McGill accountable for being a juicer? Because that's a big thing in the fitness industry, being a juicer. But in boxing, it's different. It's not really putting the spinach leaves, sliced mango, kiwi, strawberry, blueberries. Yeah, poppy seeds. Yeah. No, not that type of juicing. We're talking about the other type that allows a body to perform outside of their natural parameters. And for Jaime Munguia to seek out Bruno Saras in a rematch that he really didn't need, y'all. He didn't need that rematch, but he felt the need to go and avenge the rematch to basically settle that little demon that was goddamn dancing around just like sinners. Yeah, that demon was up there talking. Hey, come on now. Come on there, honey. Let me on in. And Jaime fucked around and let that demon in. And boy, that demon was something fierce. For real. Eyes all red. I mean, he was in there fucking the place up now. He had Munguia up there like, going on long walks at 2 a.m. That demon was up there having fun. The Sinners freaking trailer was playing. They say, hey, now you know, Munguia, I was in that movie. Now that's based off a true story. Yeah. I was the one who ran up to the house first when the Indians was chasing me down. That was me now, honey. And I all started that whole deal. Now I'm with you. You're the host right now there, honey. You're the host. So this is what I want to put for food of thought. You know that guy Saras knocked you the fuck out. You understand that there, Munguia? Huh? Don't get mad now. Don't get mad. Don't get mad. I'm just saying. You know you got to go get that back. Munguia was like, I don't have to get it back. It's no need. He's not a champion. It's nothing that I benefit except righting the wrong. You know, I have an L on my record. That was my second, not my first, my second. And then I get to go back and green it up a little bit. I like them green lights. You know, Green said go. I like that. The devil was like, hey, Munguia, I'm going to be honest with you. When I was sitting back watching you in there, you didn't look good. I'm going to suggest this to you, even though it goes against the policies and procedures in professional boxing and the clean boxing program. I want to suggest something to you. You know, I'm the devil, right? I want to suggest you get that, you know what I'm saying there, honey? You get that extra sauce because you're going to need it against that boy Saras, because Saras, he's feeling himself. Yeah, I was just lingering around. I seen him over there just having a good old time. And he was bragging behind closed doors. You know, he kept replaying that ill-fated night there, Munguia, of him knocking you out and stopping you. You gonna let him get away with that, Munguia? I mean, that devil was playing some games on Munguia. All the way to the point when he went in there with NOSO El Juicio and say, "En que paso, amigo? Do you have the juice? I need it." El Diablo, me and him has a conversation, and he suggests that I build my body up differently. I want the rematch. No, Munguia, no, don't do it. You don't need to go in there and feel this way. Don't do it. Yeah, I need to. They try to tell Munguia not to do it. Munguia goes in there, listen to the devil. Juice coming out his earlobes, but people thought it was sweat. Man went in there and looks like the same punches that was kind of slowing him down in the first contest. They didn't have no effect. It's like this man had transformed a little bit. You know, like the music came on from David Banner when it started going, he started twitching and shit. And then his clothes start to rip. And then all of a sudden he looks up at the camera and his eyes are damn glowing. I mean, we just didn't see the effect that Saras was having on the fighter. It just wasn't because he went over to the NOSO El Juicio camp. He was in there looking like he was a Power Ranger, like he was Hulk Smash. And though it went the distance, still, people's like, damn, this is a much different fight. We thought it was going to be much different. We thought if he had success in the first fight, yeah, this would be somewhat the same. But unfortunately, boxing does come through. And in this particular case, you have drug testing. You have fighters who sometimes are in the good graces of their fans who feel that, hey, I'm at a point right now, I'm not recovering as much as I want to. I'm feeling too much of the pain here and there in training. The aches are lasting a little bit longer. I mean, Munguia has like 47 fights, man. That's a lot. For quite some time, people saying like he's had a lot of fights, but he ain't fought nobody. I mean, if you want to talk about Saddam Ali, okay. But up to a certain point, it was like, who is this guy? Nobody really cared. But now that he popped dirty, strangely, he's now in your living room. He's a hot topic. And people up here putting him in the fridge. Oh, man, that's hot. That's steaming right there. Put that in the fridge right quick. We're going to let that cool down. And maybe people forget about it. If it start fucking with the temperature in there, let's take it back out and start cooking on it now. But right now, we're just going to put it in the freezer area so it can cool down. Where is the outcry? Huh? Are y'all on strike? Where's the outcry from Munguia who popped dirty? Because Lord knows, I'm coming to the conclusion. I'm just saying, I'm not trying to piss anybody off. Because I know Christmas is coming up several months from now. And it's some people that's thinking about changing their lives. Hey, I don't want you to go back to the old you now. Okay? But this is what I'm trying to say. How and when are you all going to start holding some of these fighters accountable that look unlike myself? Why are certain fighters of ethnicities popping dirty? I'm just saying, like, I was doing a little bit of research here and there, and I say, I'm trying to think in this era, how many black fighters have popped dirty for peds? And I was just trying to go and say, let's start with Bud. Nah. Let's start with Floyd. Nah. Deontay Wilder. Nah. Keep going. Keep going, combat. Daniel Jacobs. No. Damn. Jamar Charlo. Nope. Stephen Fulton. Devin Haney. Nope. God, Richardson. Nope. Not that. All the Russell brothers. Nope. Damn. Bruce Carrot. Shoo. No. Okay. Let's just throw a Cuban in there. Carlos Adames? No, not him. Damn. I'm just trying to find out, where are they at? What about the real brother? No. But then I say to myself, why are these other fighters popping dirty when it's more of them than black fighters? For real. Why are they continuing to pop dirty? Like, the Hispanic fighters have a huge fan base, but I do see a trend going on. It's not the type of trend that you want to clap it up about, that you're going to get more followers. NOSO has 3 fighters, Hispanics, Mexicans, that pop dirty. Why? They have a tight, cohesive fan base. Why are these dudes popping dirty, yo? Why are the Alberto Puellos pop dirty? Why are these fighters popping dirty? Now, of course, people are going to get in the comments and say, well, Clarissa, we're not talking about marijuana. We're not talking about Mary Jane. Why are these fighters popping dirty. Well, you didn't mention Jarrell Miller. Okay, let's talk about Jarrell Miller. Yes, a repeat offender. You're right. Jarrell Miller, he popped dirty. You're right. But Jarrell Miller was never one of these guys that had a championship, that was defending the championship. No. NOSO El Juicio had Nello Valdez champions, Munguia former champion. Come on, bro. There's a trend for the wrong reasons, man. And that's all I'm saying. That's not an argument. That is facts. That's facts, man. That's not a fallacy. That is facts. Can anyone draft up, some bullet points as to why? Is it something? Is it the air quality? I don't know exactly where the gym at. Is he next to a hookah lounge? I'm trying to find out some shit, man. Come on, man. Is he next to a strip club? Last time I checked, NOSO El Juicio, he wasn't down here in the A. Is he next to a hookah lounge? Is he next to the hood? Maybe it's something in the vents where people, crackheads, are throwing syringes through the vents, and one came out and stuck in the right glute of Hamid Munguia. And in the process, he stumbled because he felt the sting, and he went up against the raw, and just so happened it had TRT in it. Could that been it? I'm just trying to be honest. Like, we know Oscar Valdez, he was able to get the cosign of all cosigns from the president. Crudely as it was, people believed it. Yes, Mauricio Suleiman increased to the levels that Oscar Valdez was accused of doing his positive tests, and therefore he will be able to proceed forward in defending his title. Now, post-fight, looking back at it, oh man, what an incredible performance for Oscar Valdez. It looked like he may have lost the fights on the card, but when it came to the official announcement, he did retain his belt. Ooh, so sorry for Robson Conceição. It seems like a robbery that's gone good, but not bad in the champion's favor. But yeah, this man was able to still keep his title and defend it on the night that he popped dirty. People, we cannot make this up. Trick or treat. We can't make this up. This is boxing. Hocus pocus all day. Forget Vegas. Forget Vegas, man. This was a fact. NOSO El Juicio. Let me get to the chat right quick. He sure is making a lot of assumptions to not make assumptions. Golden Bet. Appreciate you, OG. Hell, it's popcorn time. I'm going to post up right chill. Another damn assumption. Yeah, man. Assumptions all over the place, man. Just overflowing, man. So W says I was cooking on YSM. Yeah, I was looking at it, man. I was unable to attend the first part of that, but I got the mid to later part. I got the mid to late part of that. Yeah, I agree, Haynes. Turk need to pick up that fight, man. Turkey pick up that fight with Norman and Ennis. Yeah, that'll be some good money right there. That would be some good money for real. Yeah, man. The hottest chat in the game, man. That's why I like quality over quantity, man. Much respect to you, man. You know what I'm saying? I know Memorial Day has passed, but you was over there catching bodies, bro. I'm serious. I'm not trying to be on nobody's bad side, man. But some people needed a tutor, goddammit. And he should give you a freaking cashier's check right now for them providing him with knowledge that he was unaware that he wasn't in possession of. Period. He should give you a cashier's check ASAP. That man didn't know boxers' names. He didn't know this went down. That man, come on, bro. And then had the audacity to try to ask for paperwork on someone else's offer. Come on, you ain't that important. I don't know how you can stand talking to them for more than a minute to debate. Hey, man, more patient than me. More patient than me. Because I wouldn't have been able to keep my silence. You know, even though I will tell people to stay on topic if it's worth staying on topic. But that dude was absolutely driving without a steering wheel. For real. He was trying to open the door and put his foot down to try to make a vehicle go in the direction that he wanted. You know, you just didn't have control, brother. What up, Blue Hustle in the building? Salute to you, man. You should put a poll out and see if people are willing to hold him accountable. Okay, great. I like that suggestion. I like that suggestion right there. Yeah, I like that suggestion. Yeah, for sure. Are they going to hold not only Munguia, but they're going to hold NOSO El Juicio accountable? Shout out to Puma in the building, man. Hey, Puma, I meant to ask you. You say you had sent that video of your son. I didn't see it on freaking IG, bro. I don't know where you sent that at. Because I don't know if your same tag name on IG is the same as it is on here, because I didn't get nothing from you. So I don't know exactly where you sent that at. My IG is World Combat Sports. Hey, good chopping it up earlier. Blue was over there on X. You know what I'm saying? Good seeing you pull up over there, man. Y'all definitely want to get more of a some of you scholars and boxing heads the show up on spaces whenever I do a space over there, to talk boxing. A little bit different, type of current over there, but nothing that you couldn't handle. So it's just a little bit more informal than it is on here. Shout out to Commission in the building. Why people try to appreciate that, bro? Yeah, hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? This has been 2 hours right now. Shout out to you all who support the channel as always. Appreciate you. The hottest chat in the MF game, man. I'm talking about NOSO El Juicio. Yeah, don't steal my shit either. Those of you that's out there that never get nobody credit. I hear people saying Cambozo, and I say, yeah, I started that. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I thought his name was Cambozo. No, it's Cambosis, man. You can do a little finessing of the S's. Why people try to get away with pairs thinking they won't get caught? Because if you have people who believe that they are so educated and they have experience with it, they will come in there believing that I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. Hey, everybody ain't the same. I'm pretty sure if you stop right here, you'll get off this time. They don't know nothing about that, man. Everyone's body's not the same. You're right, man. He was cooking himself. Shout out to the boxing queen. I was about to send a bolo out on you, Jessica. I was about to, send a search and rescue. I ain't know if someone had kidnapped you. I ain't know I haven't seen you around in a minute. I'm saying I hope she's okay, man. I sent a special tag team out to try to see if you was in good standing. You wasn't kidnapped or anything. You know, appreciate you pulling up as always, there, Queen. You know what it is. What Golden? I'm surprised Golden ain't on that already. He uses, hey, Jessica. Hey, how you doing? Spam the chat. Good to see you. How the sunset looking over there? Oh, all right, good. How's it smell? It's fresh spring. Oh, right. Yeah, it only get like that when you jump in the chat. Be cool like you a lawyer, man. He ain't nowhere close to a lawyer, bro. That dude was getting cooked. I'm surprised light skin wasn't over there, cause he done look. Senior done cooked them two. Him and Fanon on the same freaking panel had them motherfuckers. Shh. Listen. You don't need to talk. Shh. Just listen. He had them up there with their hand on their face. Huh? Is that what? They were having that damn self-conversation, mumbling and shit. Norman Jr. said he's not a real manager. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Yeah, he said that numerous of times, man. And that's the truth, bro. You know what I'm saying? They got more juice than Tropicana for sure. The juice is different. This juice is different, though. Instead of indulging in a cold glass, no. This hits your system different. This has to enter through a different avenue. Intramuscular. Okay? Intramuscular. Yeah, that's how you got to do that. The man was cleaning the house. Buzz is a beast. Yeah, man, Bud be over here, man. You know, some people, they allow to speak. You know, they know what it's up. They know what's up. And some people that say, okay, so-and-so got knowledge, we ain't gonna allow them to speak. They'll be hating ass. They won't even bring you up on the panel. Yeah, man. Everybody know he lethal. You know what I'm saying? I'm surprised they ain't try to damn give you a cease and desist on your freaking name. There's no way you're gonna walk around here knowing that fight coming up in September. No, that's not true. That's true. It's a lot of people being persuaded. We trying to sell tickets, and that name right there has to go. We getting our attorneys on you. I just want to let you know we getting your attorneys. You're gonna change that name ASAP. You think we playing? We about to send you that paperwork. We about to see you that paperwork. I can never catch your lives, but I do catch the replays and leave comments. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Jessica, no doubt. I mean, I don't have control of how the algorithm works with the notifications. Sometimes it's out there, timely. Then others, it's just tardy, gone, kidnapped, absent. You know what I'm saying? Whisked away. KO was getting cooked. Hey, I'm definitely going back and listen. You know, matter of fact, I want to let me get to this chat first. I should go back to the beginning, though. That's what I really wanted to listen to. She's in Georgia. She's been inside with that rain. You know what I'm saying? Jessica's been inside. Yeah, I keep forgetting you from GA. You know, let me see something right quick, because I'm definitely curious. Where's this video at, man? Let me see. Can I go back to the beginning? When light skin was on here. Where you at, skin? Oh my God. This is not it. My bad, y'all. This is not it. This is not it. Because I seen certain people up there on the panel. I said, there's no way that this is it. This is not it. This is not it, yo. There may be some splicing and dicing going on, because I don't see the video up. And it's okay. There may be some editing going on. Let me see. I think I found it. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. No. Let's see. Okay. I went through the whole chat, but I do want to listen to the first part. If y'all don't mind, I don't know if I'm gonna listen to the whole entire first part, but I have found it.
Because people think that Teofimo is a big name. The reality is,
want to hear this
if
part.
they are not a
I'm
world
getting
champion at 147 pounds,
to get through.
No fight could have happened. No fight did happen.
For a second.
I need everybody on here to put down. I need everybody to put your Norman hate to the side for 1 second, and we're gonna speak 100% facts. And I'm gonna shut up, and I want somebody to tell me if I'm wrong. I heard that bum ass nigga KO, and yep, I said that. I heard him just say we had a crazy ass fight.
Ain't nothing bomb about me, bro. Keep that shit respectful.
Fuck you, nigga. I don't respect you.
Fuck you too. I ain't got no respect for you, so you won't get a word off.
Nigga, I already told you about you. Fuck you, nigga.
You ain't told me nothing. You made a little internet thread. You ain't gonna do shit, bro. So keep that shit boxing. Like
nigga, you don't go nowhere. You don't go nowhere.
I'll be at the Ben Rodriguez fight.
I'm not doing it. I'm not doing
I'll be at the Ben Rodriguez fight on July 19th. I'll be there.
Please,
Look, man, come on. Stop.
Like, keep it boxing,
listen. Man, come on. Saying that you're going to be at the Bam Rodriguez fight, who cares, man? You'll be up in the rafters next to the AC with a hoodie on, nigga, with face paint. Man, come on, man. Why are you going at a nigga that box? Like, bro, what is this talking about? Like, how are you supposed to have success in this dilemma that you in? Like you going to come down to the ring? I mean, you come out there, you're going to come with 50 niggas. I mean, why? You know, this nigga consistently try to have people thinking that he gets permission to go to fights. You're going to go to the Bam Rodriguez fight, and then you're going to go DEFCON silent.
I ain't said nothing.
Say your piece. Say your piece.
Boxing, nigga.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
So
I'll
like
be
I
quiet
said,
now, but you gonna keep it boxing. I promise you.
Nigga, anyway, pussy ass nigga. Anyway,
yeah.
Like I was saying, we're gonna speak facts. We're gonna speak facts. Timeline and facts. Timeline and facts is he said something about the Quavax fight we had lined up. Jamil, you know everything 1,000%. The Quavax fight that was lined up. Did we have it lined up before Boots came?
Yes.
Okay. Did I already say we had it lined up, but Top Rank came and brought us that option? Did you know that?
Yes.
Okay, so these are facts. Before Boots' name ever came up to us, we already had that option. All right, we said, hey, yeah, we signed for Quavax just for a stay busy fight. Boots went nowhere on the table. We ain't had no beef with Boots. We ain't have no. That wasn't nothing about nothing. All right, so we gonna debunk that stupid shit that other dude just said a minute ago. So that Quavax shit you talking about, we already had that before this shit was even talking about Boots anyway. So that right there is done. I'm gonna keep everything that nigga got to say.
YSM, did I not say the exact same thing?
No, you absolutely did not. You just said them niggas already had something.
Did I not just say the exact same thing?
Okay.
I felt like what y'all said was very similar.
Okay, keep going.
No.
Go ahead.
No, the way it said make it look like something different. It wasn't like we already had.
Y'all were negotiating the Jerron Boots in this fight.
No, you done that.
It's the same thing, bro. That's why you don't like me, because that line shit don't work with me, bro. It's the same thing.
So can I go ahead with facts? So I gotta hear this nigga all day.
Top Rank already had Quavax lined up for you. You're refusing to negotiate the Jerron Boots in this fight when you have some lined up.
Knock out. Let him cook, and then I'll let you go.
Yeah, man, shut that bitch ass nigga up, man. That nigga just sit up here and want to talk about everybody, and then you know the reason why he's so uptight is because you get that way when you in a circumference of 1 by 1 foot in the corner next to some blinds, and then you peek out that motherfucker. You hurry up. Oh shit! Damn! I thought somebody seen me. God damn! Hey babe, can you give me another tall glass of Boone's Farm, please? Or goddamn Moscato. Yeah. Did you get the strawberry and the kiwi flavor? Yeah. Can you give me that, please? All right. All right. I mean, when you're in the corner in a cubicle space, you're going to be uptight all the time when you get a little bit of breathing room. You know, I mean, all that built up energy against senior, man. For what, nigga? It's like, why are you coming this way? This is boxing. Like, bro, I know you got a family that you adore and love sincerely. Why are you acting like you trying to go to combat and you giving your last goodbyes? What are you doing, man? Why are you putting so much into this shit?
I'm lying and shit, bro. I can't stand that shit.
But then you just rebuttal what he's saying. That's it. Like just let him cook real fast. I want to see where he's going.
Okay, again, we already had the fight offered us for Quavo for a stay busy fight in November. We said yes. A week or so, very, very shortly after they came back and Jerron Ennis came knocking for the fight November the 9th, which was a day later. That's when that started. So we was going to choose to scrap the Quavo fight to negotiate with Jerron Ennis. The Jerron Ennis fight fell through. So we went back with Quavo. That fast forward to that, we couldn't do that because my son's hand wasn't injured or wasn't fully healed from his injury that he had July the 29th. So no matter what, the fight would not have taken place with Jerron Ennis or Derek Quavo in November. Is that correct, YSM? Jamil?
Yes.
Everything I just said is absolutely correct, right?
Yes.
So no fight could have happened. No fight did happen. Nothing was discussed. Nothing after that. You knew for 1,000% fact that it was a matter of fact. Let's get even.
See, this is information where mystery manager came in and he wasn't there for the first part. So a lot of this was rehashed. And I can understand the frustration of senior being he had already covered this part. He had already covered it.
More personal. You knew that we was going to take the fight for less money until, because I texted you. Remember I was talking to you, right? All right. We was going to take the fight for less money until we found out about the cross the street shit because we didn't understand about what the fuck they had going on. You feel what I'm saying? Now, the other guy on here doesn't understand that a promoter, matter of fact, let me help you with this. Let me ask you this, YSM. When you promote a fight, when you are the promoter of a fight, I'm a promoter. And I come on and I say, hey, I'm promoting this fight. I want to get this fighter, this fighter, this fighter. I'm the one responsible for paying those fighters, right?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Are those fighters responsible for paying me anything if I'm paying them?
No.
No. So the promoter of the concert, the promoter of the show, the promoter of everything is the one of putting on the show. They're going to make their money from advertising. They're going to pay their money from ticket sales. They're going to make their money from sponsors. They're going to make their money other ways. You are simply the entertainment. Another guy on here don't seem to understand that. The promoter only makes money off of your promoter, only makes money off of you when you cross the street and you're signed to that promoter and you're used by another promotional person and they make money off of you. That's the only time that they receive something from you. Is that correct, Jamil?
Yes.
That's another one, Mark. Okay. Now, fast forward. Let's keep going with facts. I'm sorry, I got to excuse me. I just like to do facts because we talk about facts and we know this and we know that.
Shit that got nothing to do with the conversation. And when you get done, you put your foot in your mouth and you about to look real stupid again. But go ahead and finish. Go ahead and finish. I definitely can't look stupid.
I definitely can't look stupid against somebody that don't know boxing.
It's about to get real bad. You just dug your own grave. And I tell you,
he say he definitely can't look stupid against somebody he don't know shit about boxing. Man, this is why I had to separate because him and he tried so hard to be like another guy. Just talking crazy versus people like you don't care about your loved ones, man. Like you're not gonna lace up gloves, man. But let's just keep it on the sport, man. Because we already know this light-skinned nigga don't know shit about boxing, bro. You know what I'm saying? He rehearsed the same stuff. And then, he still haven't quite got through the recovery stages mentally of Errol Spence not returning back to the sport. A fighter that is out there locally, somewhere in his geographical footprint, that he cannot get one interview with. He can't even jump the fence and run on the property when Errol is up under the damn cherry tree. He can't even get him to say, hey, I'm your biggest fan now. Don't, please don't sick the dogs on me.
I'll tell you how, and then I'll let you try to dig out of it. So you said, you admitted that y'all already had the Quavos fight when Jerron Boots and his team approached you. But what you just also accidentally admitted was that your son's hand was injured on July 29th. So let me get this straight. with a hand injury needing surgery, y'all was negotiating a fight with Jerome Boutinis anyway in August, but your son's hand was hurt in July. Can you make that make sense for the people one time?
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead and make that make sense one time. Go ahead.
You ready? You ready?
Yeah, please.
Now, for people who don't pay attention and don't make sense, and Jamil know all of this, my son had surgery July the 29th. My son's hand was not injured July the 29th. My son had surgery July the 29th. His surgery was expected, and his hand was expected to be healed in 8 weeks. 8 weeks would have put him at the end of September. He had the surgery due to the fact that Teofimo shut down the fight. So that's another one where you don't know what you're talking about. He had surgery July the 29th. This is a known fact. This is on video.
Y'all was about to fight Jerome Boutinis with a fight lined up, and you had just had hand surgery. You was gonna make Jerome Boutinis your first
I don't know
fight
if this nigga slow. I don't know if this man's slow in real life. So hold on.
He say he don't know if this nigga's slow. Oh man, classic, man.
Hold on. Jamil. Okay, can you just shut this nigga up for 1 second? Jamil.
Oh, now you want me to go on mute? I know.
No. Jamil, do you understand everything on what I'm saying? When I just said they offered us to fight with Derek Quaybaz as a state busy fight, right?
I want to give that man some bones,
right?
Man.
Okay, they offered us to fight before Jerron Ennis ever came along. We was offered to fight with Derek.
Your team has the wherewithal. Your team has the wherewithal. They can negotiate a whole other fight.
This nigga up. He's stupid.
But y'all can't negotiate a fight while y'all already got one. So
he's stupid. Why you not get this nigga up? He's stupid. Tell him he's stupid. Why don't y'all tell the nigga he's stupid and don't comprehend?
He say he's stupid, and you know he's stupid. If you're stupid and you know it, shake it.
He don't comprehend. I said we had the fight with Derek Quaybaz lined up. A week later, a couple of days later, Jerron Ennis' offer jumped on the table. Tyrank brought it to us to giving us the option of taking the Jerron Booth Ennis fight.
Senior, I understand both of y'all make good points, right?
He's not making a good point. Tell me the point he making right. Don't you know? He don't tell me. You tell me the point he making.
Points, man.
He's saying, right? He's saying, why would you negotiate a fight with Jerron Ennis knowing your son is coming off of a hand injury? That's
because we should have been ready at the end of September. That's why.
So
it ain't what he said. He said why we negotiated. No, we had a
hurt hand.
The problem is,
first of all, he said, wait. He said, why would we negotiate a fight knowing we had a fight with Derek Quaybaz? He didn't say that about no hand injury. He said, why would you negotiate a fight knowing you had a fight with Derek Quaybaz?
When you brought up the hand injury, he said
that's when I said something about.
So you had the fight with Derek Quaybaz, but you also had a hand injury. He's feeling like
we didn't have a hand injury. We had surgery that was done July the 29th that should have been healed by the end of September.
Yeah. His point is he didn't think that you were that the negotiations on your side was legitimate because you had those things going on.
Okay,
so I don't understand. I'm trying to draw the lines, YSM. Maybe you can make it make sense since you don't like talking to me. So if he had the hand surgery on July 29th, and he's negotiating with Jerome Boutinis, and the hand surgery was not going to keep him from fighting Jerome Boutinis in November, and it was Boots and them fault. Then can you explain to me why it's him? Because I'm just a stupid nigga that don't know nothing. Can you explain to me why the Quaybas fight got? Can you explain to me why the Quaybas fight got pushed back then? Because if the hand was going to be good for November, then why did the Quaybas fight get pushed back? If the hand was good for
Here's the issue with surgeries, right? And I'm trying to be as neutral as possible. Here's the issues with surgeries. You never know how recovery is going to turn out. He's saying
not
that the recovery.
You know he sounds stupid as fuck.
The recovery took longer than what was expected, and so he wasn't available to fight then.
Exactly.
No, we dealing with superhumans. We dealing with niggas that jump on here with a tall glass of Boone's Farm with one ice cube, and they sit up here and think they superhuman. They goddamn get the buzz going, as we used to call it back in the day, and then they just try to talk to everybody like they're hovering above them, like they have flight powers. Like they can goddamn emit freaking flames from their hand. Like they have supersonic rays. I'm serious, man. Like, come on, man. What's going on, man? Like,
and that's the bottom line. So this was so quick.
Longer as you go through your rehab. Y'all talking to an athlete, bro. You find out that the recovery is fucking up when you start rehabbing it. If you're a boxer, maybe you wouldn't hit the bag and it fucked up and it was a little sore than it should have been.
Wow, this nigga trying to tell someone who's actually a boxer what to do doing rehab. Like every hand surgery is the same. That's crazy. Your hands have small bones, and you don't know what the fractures are looking like. For him to even go in detail, once again, perpetrating like he has a stable if he's in the gym. Nobody has film or footage of this nigga in the gym doing nothing. but yet everything is what? Surface level material, stuff that you can source or you can retain from listening to other cats that's either knowledgeable or not. That's all that he's doing. Unless you have that on hand, on site experience, you can't sit up here and convince a dude that's a professional fighter anything about how hand injuries goes and shit like that. You sound absolutely crazy, bro.
Or maybe it was a little more swollen than it should have been. The point is, if the hand would have been ready to go in November for Boots, then why wasn't ready to go in November for Quavo?
Knockout. If your hand is in a cast, you won't know until the cast comes off. So it all depends on what. And like, I can't just
know. If you don't know YSM, why are you negotiating a fight if you don't know? My point.
Only he can answer that question though. Only he can answer that. I'm talking about the actual.
Point keeps getting proven. If you don't know whether or not your hand is going to be injured, why are you negotiating the fight? If you don't know if your hand going to heal or not, why are you negotiating?
Because it was expected to be done. So what the fuck? What is your point? You're not making no points.
So what we're listening to was it's supposed to be 8 weeks and it was expected to be good to go. Now, of course, the casts came into play because Jamil said, well, it's something you would not have a definitive conclusion to until the cast is removed. Okay. This dude keep on continuing to ask, why were you negotiating the fight? Why? Because the hand was supposed to be good in 8 weeks, dumb. It wasn't. Once they removed the cast and found out, no, it's not. Because I remember him absolutely saying that Junior had told him after they was, on the bag for a little bit. I'm not sure what day and time this was, but they was on the bag and Junior told him, the hand is not where it's supposed to be.
It's none. You're not making any points whatsoever. You're not making any points. And if we negotiate with Derek, wait. If we negotiate with Derek, wait a minute. Let me keep going because y'all got stuck on the first thing because of Norman hate. That's what I'm telling you. We got stuck on the first thing. Regardless, he said we keep ducking him when we ducked him every time. We didn't duck him last year. We didn't duck him this year. In fact, right now he's ducking us. Jamil, you ain't gonna admit this. You know that for a fact. Right now, currently, as we speak, Eddie put out that bullshit about we won't sign it, we won't negotiate it, whatever else. Well, guess what? Our manager, I said, you know what? Call them niggas. We finna make this shit happen right now. We finna dead this shit right now. We finna lock this down right now. Mm-hmm. Our manager called Eddie 2 days after he put that bullshit out. Mm-hmm. Eddie texts back. Called him and texted him. Eddie texted. That don't come out. We're gonna make sure we get that out in the open. We're gonna get on the same platform that Eddie got on to make sure the world knows this because the world don't know this right now. So he called Eddie back. Right?
So Adrian. You talking about Jolene or Adrian?
It don't even matter who. I'm telling you what happened. We're gonna get on the same platform. We're gonna put the evidence out. We're gonna put everything out. So y'all know who really ducking. So y'all know who really ducking.
She can't just do an interview like she did on Ring Magazine when she explained why y'all didn't want to negotiate, why y'all had a fight lineup. She's going to
do it on the same exact platform so Eddie can look like a fucking dumbass like he is. He tried to put a false ass bluff out there. We're trying to negotiate with Norman, and he says he's worried about Sasaki when in every single interview. Let me hear you. Hold on, Jamil, because he did interviews with you. In every single interview, every last one of them, because I made sure I watched every last one of them. You know, I'm always on your shit. I subscribe to your channel. I fuck with you. I ain't never stopped fucking with you even when we were beefing. I ain't never unsubscribe. I don't do whole shit like that. So I subscribe to you. I like shit. I talk shit, everything. So I'm helping your shit. So check it out. Fast forward. I watch every single interview. In every single interview, you tell me, and you ain't gonna find one where he didn't say it. They asked about my son in every single interview he did leading up to the Stanionis fight. Did he or did he not say, man, I'm focused on what's in front of me. I'm focused on this fight right here. After this, I'll be lending you. I'll be 2 times bigger. And the likes of. Did he say that?
Yeah.
He said he didn't want to talk about no other fight.
Yeah.
He said that. That's which when we tried to say the exact same thing, we were ducking.
It's not the same thing, bro. There you go, capping again, bro. Saying you don't want to talk about nobody else and refusing to negotiate with people is 2 different things, bro. What are you talking about, bro?
So wait.
Saying that you don't want to talk about any other fighters while you got a fight coming up and you won't negotiate with somebody, bro. What are you talking about?
Jamil, I'm finna get you on my side. I'm finna make it where you ain't got nothing to do but to cook this nigga. So real quick, you telling me him saying he don't want to talk about no other fight than what he got in front of him. But not only do we want to talk about the fight, which we did, and we agreed because they asked him would he fight us. He said he didn't want to talk about no other fight than what he got in front of him. So that's one that he didn't agree to. We said, yes, we want to fight him. Yes, we will fight him. He didn't even go that far. So not only are you telling me that he shouldn't have did that, you telling me that if he won't even talk about a fight, how would he negotiate a fight?
He's literally the only one between y'all 2 sides that has sent any offers, bro. Y'all ain't offered shit. Top
you ain't here. Are you not listening? Or you just got missing? You got missing membranes. How can you negotiate a fight?
I just don't talk for slick talking lying ass people.
How can you talk about a fight how can you negotiate a fight without talking about another fight? How can you do that?
They just tried to negotiate with y'all just now. Y'all said y'all don't negotiate.
Basic. Let's keep it basic because you just stupid. I got so much to do and you just so stupid. Listen.
You got so much to do, but you saw me up here and you couldn't keep yourself from hitting the link.
Basic. Hold on. Basic. I'm going to stop with you.
You couldn't keep yourself from hitting the link. But you got so much to do though. Okay, so
no, I got so much to talk about. That's what I'm talking about. So now the fans hear me. No matter what the fans hear me, whether they want to hate me, like me, they hear what I'm saying. They understand what I'm saying. They know goddamn well if Boots say I don't want to talk about or discuss no other fight than what I got in front of me. You come to Brian Norman. Will you fight such a hell yeah, I'll fight. I'll fight him next. I'll fight woo. I do this, not do that. That's already going a step further than I won't talk about no other fight than this. What's in front of me. So not only that, so if Jaron Ennis would not talk about a fight, I'm asking you, Knockout, will he negotiate a fight? Yes or no?
They already reached out to y'all to negotiate, and y'all said we gotta wait till we get done with Sasaki. They already negotiated with you last year.
Are you hearing me? Would he negotiate?
What are you talking about, bro?
Would he negotiate a fight before he fought Stanionis? Yes or no?
He already tried, and y'all ducked him.
He tried to negotiate a fight with us before he fought Stanionis?
Y'all ducked him and fought Cuevas, and then he ended up getting the Stanionis fight after y'all ducked him.
That's just wrong. That's a lie. That's a bold-faced lie. No, we did. No, I mean, no, we did.
$7 million and fought on the undercard for like
$300,000. No, we did. No, we did. See, that's the problem here. You don't even know what the fuck going on. No, we didn't. No, we did not. No, we did not.
You didn't get a $1.7 million offer?
When was that $1.7 million offer?
Did you get one?
When was it offered?
Did you get one?
When was it offered?
2024. Did you get one?
Okay. Did we fight in 2024?
No, because your hand was fucked up.
Okay, so wait a minute. How can you wait? Because what we asked for is more. What we asked for is less than what Stanionis got. They ended up paying Stanionis more money. They ended up paying
Stanionis.
Because we knew what the fight was.
It's more
because we knew what the fight was worth. I know, but just because you listen. Just because you sitting where you sitting at.
Japan right now, bro. Japan.
All right. Hey, so look, YSM, can you tell the nigga shut up and let me say? I'm done with that. I'm going on.
Yeah, I know. You need to be done. Somebody else.
All right, y'all. My whole thing about, like, both of you, like I said, y'all have good points, right?
He don't have no good points. You telling a damn lie. He ain't had no good points.
But at the end of the day, right? It is your choice to negotiate during, before, after you got to fight, right?
Right.
I'm not mad that you have that perspective because there's a lot of things that can happen in a fight, right? Boots had that stance, but that's not necessarily Eddie's stance. But Boots doesn't want to talk about a fight.
We had a step further where he wouldn't even agree or say he would or would not. We agreed that we would. We said we would.
Yeah, but talking about something in the media and then negotiating.
That's fine. So wait a minute. So Jamil. So then after that, my question to you is to do text message. This is me through me showing you shit. And outside of this, outside of this internet shit, I asked you where they at. I told you I called Bozy. I called. I reached out to his brother. We reached out to everybody a few days after he talked that shit to call the bluff. We wouldn't even call it no bluff. It was real deal. Like, bro, we sick of this shit. We gonna give you everything you want. Listen, all the people talking about you go to Japan, you won't go to Philly. We're going to Philly. We going to Philly. Or he gonna try to outprice himself. We are not going to outprice himself. We made everything clear to Eddie. On the message, we made everything, bro. We gonna make this shit fair. We gonna do this. Call us so we can do business. So we can get this shit done. I told my son, bro, Boots is not the biggest fighter in boxing. Boots is not the biggest fighter at welterweight anymore. See, it was a bigger deal. Boots was the biggest fight for my son at welterweight last year. At the time, he was the biggest fight. I told you this also. We made the decision not to because we didn't want to shoot low. We didn't want to shoot low because if you shoot low with the biggest fight at welterweight, then what you're doing is you're telling top. So after you beat Boots, like people said, you're going to be in charge of everything. No, you will not, because now your contract's still your contract. Your contract is minimum, whoever the fuck else, Alexis Rocha, after you beat Boots. How much you think they're going to pay for that? They're not going to pay you no real money for that after you just took $1 million to fight Boots. You feel what I'm saying? Like, nigga, Boots was the biggest fight. What the fuck? How we going to pay you that or more? Like, there's no bigger fight. Now,
who do you consider the biggest fight now?
No, it's too many. It's too many. It's going to be more so with the people coming up. You got a David Haney. I think David Haney is a bigger fight, more money fight, big time. I think Ryan Garcia is always going to be a bigger fight just because of the namesake or whatever else. It's all about how you work it right now. I don't think Boots is not a big. He was the biggest name in the division.
Y'all hear this shit, man? Y'all hear this shit, bro?
Can I say something?
Y'all hear this shit, bro?
Hey, G, go ahead.
Can I say something, though? Yeah. Through all of that, though, to be honest, Brian Norman Sr. is a smart man. Hey, we might not agree on a lot, and we wanted to see the fight, but from everything I just heard, here's smart man.
See, one thing I say about Greg Hackett, man, Greg Hackett, he does. It's not the neutral type, but he does keep it on an intellectual level. Yeah, he done crashed out, but man, you know, fucking around with YouTube, man, you're gonna crash out every now and then. But ultimately, I see him as a person that is sensible. You know what I'm saying, when it comes to these boxing topics. You know, because it's been a couple of times where I got on the panel and I'm pretty sure he knew my criticism of Boots, but he don't come off as an impulsive individual. It's good that he recognized that, you know, what Senior was saying made sense outside of the yelling, screaming, and bickering and quivering and queefing of that light-skinned tranny that was on the motherfucking panel. You know, I mean, damn, you can only imagine what it's like behind closed doors. God damn. No, it's probably yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's probably yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you on that. It's probably yes, ma'am, no, ma'am.
The reason I'm saying that is because why the fuck would I cash in so early and he's only 23 years old, which I heard him say before. He only 23 years old. Why would I cash in so early? Why would I take a fight like that right now? I don't.
That ain't what I said.
No, you did say
It's
that.
not,
You did say that.
no, it's
You
not
did
about
say-
taking the fight. It's
No,
about taking the fight for that money.
But I heard right, but that's what I'm trying to say. If you can read in between lines, why would I take that right now? And then, like you said, if we beat him, then who do we have after that? We're not gonna get paid like that again. Right. So now if you got all these young supposed to be stars on their way up, then we're gonna chill and we're gonna wait for them.
No. We know. What I'm telling you now is that's why I'm telling you money is not an issue anymore, because we're not worried about that. That's why we told Eddie on the way, bro, we need to get this shit done. Philly, everything.
Hey, I cannot go through the whole process, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Anything can happen between negotiation that can prevent a fight or car accident, for example. With that logic, negotiation will never happen. Hey, man, you get to hear from all walks of life when it comes to this boxing. It's just crazy that, you know, when you try to explain to certain people, like peep this out, right? Like, surface level criteria only has a certain distance. Just like Puma, like I mentioned previously, him having a son that's in the game, he himself is going to be able to speak on circumstance and situations that's on site that he understands and have total clarity about when it comes to boxing, because he's there and he sees what the tournaments is like. He's around boxing. He continued to network and know people in boxing. Okay, that's not surface level criteria. That's pretty much experience based off on the job. On the job experience will always have a further reach than surface level criteria, because those who find it easy to sit up here and say it's cool for me to listen to this chat, that chat, and this video, and I know more than someone who's actually covered fights or had fighters that they have to go up here and go to these freaking boxing matches and everything that consolidates itself into that whole entire schedule, yo. You learn a lot from boxing by being there on site. You surface level content creators that believe that all you have to do is go to fights and sit in the stands, and you think that you know more than someone who actually boxes or negotiate fight contracts. I mean, we definitely need to pay more attention to those who don't respect these fathers who have sons or daughters that's in the sport. There's no way that you know more than boxing. Okay, now if you just want to have a general debate based off what negotiation happened at this point in time and why it didn't happen, this, that, and the other, okay, I can understand why somebody sitting back in the cut, you know, collecting data can speak on that. But when you speak on it, man, you need to be thorough, yo. You need to have your shit together. You can't speak with like a whole a lot of animosity just to say I cooked him. Let's just say you are able to say some things that make sense in a debate. You're doing this pro bono. You know that, light skin. You and the mystery man, y'all doing this shit pro bono. There's no compensation or no residual income that you're going to receive from going on someone's panel, yelling and screaming, trying to act like just because you hate somebody, right? You hate somebody. You want to go up there and pretend that it's much deeper than social media. You're doing all this labor intensive, damn stressful freaking debate for free. And you have to ask yourself, what are you teaching somebody? Is somebody learning from you? Is someone learning from this? Is someone learning from you yelling and screaming and disrespecting someone who actually has a son or daughter that's in the sport, that knows how the internal conversations goes, the table talk goes, the sidebar convos go? They know about that. They know about what the phone calls consist of. You niggas is just sitting back trying to prove to everybody day in and day out, year after year, that you're one of the best voices on YouTube. And whenever you speak about boxing, you're speaking the boxing gospel. And the crazy part about it, I haven't seen one of you niggas talk about writing a boxing Bible, but yet you want to preach as if it's right there in your hand and you standing behind the podium preaching the gospel. This is the gospel. I am the author. I am the founder, the CEO of the Boxing Bible, the first ever one written. I haven't seen it, nor have I seen a congregation large enough for me to give you the salute and say, you know what, you did the damn thing, man. Damn, you up here teaching on a Saturday, on a Friday, a Thursday about boxing. Man, you have a huge following. No, you just have someone that continue to stress out. This nigga's up here, his hair turning gray, not from going out providing generational wealth to their families, but you have cats that's turning, the hair is turning gray, not from natural aging, but from them coming on this social media, yelling and screaming and shit. You know what I'm saying? Them motherfucking microphone want to press charges against you, but they don't. They just not in the physical, being the physical state to do it. You spitting all on the microphone, bro. You know what I'm saying? Your microphone intoxicated because all that Boone's Farm and shit got your mouth salivating. You know you only got a quarter left in the glass. You know what I'm saying? You know that shit about to run out. And you got to yell, hey, next bottle. I mean, it gets to a point where when do you think you're going to add up like how much knowledge senior would have and anybody else that has a family member or a fighter in general in the sport? When are you going to come to the realization that they are going to know more about being there on site? Yeah, I've been to gyms over and over again, sparring session. I've been there just watching fighters. I smelt the must and the sweat. But on here, you have people that think because they know about fight information, they know more than you. You're never going to know more than me if I'm showing up to the locations that teaches people about boxing. If someone has a child that they have in boxing and that child goes from an amateur all the way up to a professional, you're going to sit on here and try to tell them what's best for their child and fight this particular fighter? Are you out your goddamn mind? That shit would never fly. People will laugh in your face. Are you stupid? Like you can't be serious. Now that my son is in the professional rank, you want to try to dictate how I maneuver or what fights I set up? And you wasn't there for one amateur tournament? You wasn't there to help their wounds and their injuries heal? You wasn't there for any of that, but yet, since you're on social media and my son is in professional ranks now, you want to say, oh, let me talk to so-and-so. Let me tell them what they supposed to do. You don't have one freaking child, bro, that's in the sport of boxing, but yet you believe you have all the dynamics to build up a fighter just from yelling and screaming online. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. I'm not trying to hear it, bro. Let me see what else is on here.
We gonna take all the concessions that the people think we're ducking. The over $1 million, we're going to get him. I've heard this other nigga on here think, we finna get a meal, buddy. We're going to get a meal right now. So guess what? See, guess what Eddie not going to be able to say? That's going to be a public knowledge too, just so you know. Guess what Eddie not going to be able to say? He fought for $100,000. His contract minimums are more than double and a half. What you just said, you Google it. Wait.
So you held out.
Wait, you Google it.
You turned
Google
it down because you want to
made...
try to make the bag as big as.
Hey, y'all, I got to bounce. Salute to everybody that's in the building. You know, salute to the ones. Salute to YSM Sports. You know what I'm saying? For the live stream. That was his audio. Shout out to Team Norman Jr. for once again chewing these light-skinned, laffy-taffy niggas and spitting them out. You know what I'm saying? Exposing these freaking fake-ass managers that don't have a half a fighter under their tutelage. They don't have a half a fighter, y'all. Not a half a fighter. But yet, they want to come in here and ask for documentation. Y'all continue to support the channel. Shout out to the hottest chat in the MF game, man. Till next time, I'm out.